All right. We're trying multi-streaming today. Going live on YouTube at the same time. So I guess if that's a better place for you to watch, then go do that. Where'd you get that knight armor from? It's a knight from the LPL and BLG that we're going to watch next. You know? So give it a shot on the old YouTube today. I figure we would start out with the BLG game today. I will try and keep an eye on YouTube chat at the same time. I will try my best. I'm new to doing it this way, so forgive me. I also have a nice bowl of ramyun and mandu, which are Korean dumplings today. Not going to eat healthy today, guys. Just needed to get some work done this morning and get the stream on as fast as humanly possible. So we're just going to eat delicious dumpster food. And I know Absolute Legends may not be the best team, but we do love Krocko. You know what I mean? Krocko's always been a hilarious player. We do love some Krocko here on Bangers Only. It's Shin Ramen Black. So representing the Nongshim brand in LCK, even though we don't have LCK VODs to review today. How are the food delivery apps in Korea? Totally fine. All right, let's get rolling. Well, I attempted. Noodles are not the best thing to eat on stream, guys. Let me tell you that. Ah, my VODs. What? I have to do this myself? What am I, a peasant? Oh, yeah, there aren't VODs for last night. How are we going to do this? There are not VODs from last night. Thank you, Falcon Force X, for the 1 month tier 1 sub. I appreciate you. I love you too, Falcon Force X. Guys. So they're not doing the LPL broadcast on Monday, so I'm going to have to find this a different way. One moment. Just cast over Dom's VODs. BLG versus AL 2024. I do not want highlights. Here we go. All right, here's the complete broadcast. We found it. I watched some of FBX versus WE last night. Okay, I do not want this. Hold on, guys. It's going to take me a second to find this. Bear with me. Alright, this one's 16 minutes in. Surely we get pick and ban, he said optimistically. We do not. All right, well, we're gonna do this the janky way, guys. Why is it 15 minutes in? Why is it 15 minutes in? Damn it. How am I going to find this, guys? How am I going to find this? I want to watch it. Huya? Oh my god. How do I even find it on Huya? Am I allowed to stream it from? I don't know. Nobody told me I can or can't do something. What is this? Chinese streaming sites. All right, can I do this? AL versus BLG? Oh, no. Shit. Live streaming. No. LPLQQ.com seems dangerous. All right, we're going to do it. Oh boy. Oh boy, guys. Yes, this. I want this. Give me this. What does this button do? What does this button do? What does that mean? Video review. Aha! Yes! Thank you. Tragically, we only get it in 720. But you know what, guys? 720 is better than nothing. I can't... Now, the question is, guys... I'm not going to be... It's only going to be in 720. Thank you, Twitch chat. And YouTube chat, maybe, if you were helping. But I can't use the backwards and forwards commands. Tragic. So, it might be kind of scuffed in the way we normally review, but... You know what? A win's a win. I love that Kroko and Kyle are on this team. I love how China just makes it impossible to watch things. Okay, that's working. Okay, it might be kind of scuffed in the way I control this, guys, but... You know what's crazy, guys, is the Chinese site is actually better than LoL Esports. It actually has VODs that are easily accessible, even if I don't know the language Chinese.
如果中路的香克斯真的要出一些持续性伤害的英雄的话，他的选择没那么多。
对，辛德拉也是被ban掉了。那上场比赛的话，其实 AL 在后续第2轮的ban人给到的是
Bulldog flavor. It's the Shin Ramyun Black.
对于 Net 来说的话
，delicious.
好消息是有一个能放出来，再一个就是上一场比赛其实没有ban掉，也没有针对到的 Net 的。
All right, guys, let's talk about this very quickly. Bin, there's the Jax ban. We surprised? No, we're not. I am a bit surprised that Zeri is the answer into Milio Lucian, so I'm interested to see this. I don't know a lot about AL's Chinese players. And we also have the Udyr pickup. Of course, Knight, classic Syndra player. Don't want him blinding that. See if what we're saving R5 for, if we're just going to save R5 for mid. I'm going to cover the logo text. I don't care, man. Is Twitch really going to nail me for... I don't know. I don't know how this works. It's not live, so... Yeah, I chucked some mandu, mini mandus in my ramen and egg. Pretty good. It's a classic PC bang meal. Okay, Nocturne ban versus Jun. We're just gonna take the Orianna. We don't need to watch this whole draft. Oh, the Jun classic. Oh man. Jun had some mega Jarvan performances at Worlds though. And just wow, what a boring. So we're back to Lulu. How are we back to Lulu Zeri, guys? How are we back here again? Didn't we destroy this? Nobody ever wants to see this again. The Billy video player and how it's literally integrated with the game, hovering over the champion portrait and scoreboard shows additional stats. Yeah. If only we had the technology. I did not put mandu in my soup. What's wrong with putting mandu in my soup? It's delicious. It's a Korean thing, man. People loving the mandu cook.
BLG 的小双组在这个位置应该是有研究过 Kale 的习惯。但 Kale 这边要看一下他的纪律性够不够，有点老。
Okay, we're gonna see early aggression here. Yep. Oh my god, dude. Dude, the aggression is out of control now. The blue side, level 1 aggression. Can we discuss? It's not just that we're going to chase people around in Tri-Brush anymore and wrap around. We are now going to chase them to the actual end of the earth. So no Kyle's there. They don't see him on the ward coming back around, so they know he's wrapping around the top side, so they go for the ultra harass. It's actually quite clever. I can use arrow keys. I cannot use arrow keys on this video media player. Cute. Luckily, this is only the length of the game, though, so, you know, clicking on the timeline isn't miserable because it's not a 4-hour VOD that's going to not be precise. Jun doing the Raptors into level 2 gank. Kroko has a good read on this, though.
知道要先往草里扔旗子，感觉。
Kroko has Q? Kroko skilled Q.
给压力。
I guess that's purely for dueling. Man, Jun has been such a bully on the bot side in the games that BLG has played so far. This is great. Really just focusing bot side play. And bot side early invades on BLG. This has been a theme of their games. Is there any way to up the source quality from 720? No. Look, buddy, we take what we can get.
尤其在一会儿皇子回到下半区或者上半区去刷野的时候，因为你这个视野已经布控完，所以 AL 一直会觉得自己的身后有人。再走过来。
Is J4 really that much stronger at level 2? Probably not, but you have to remember that Milio and Lucian are there. So, you know, what are they going to do? They have pressure, they can walk up. So, very difficult to do that. But it does prevent the dive.
中下都是有一些略微的领先，
感觉这一波对香克斯来说还挺伤的，因为他是知道对方皇子在下半区的。
再一个，你看香克斯其实身上的2瓶补给品都已经被奈特给打掉了。这样在没有打野的干预之下的话
Interesting. Bin already went back and got Negatron Cloak. Let's take a look at this. Looks like he pushes, stacks wave, and then he just cheater recalls for Negatron so he can continue to trade. That's curious. Yeah, meanwhile, Shun just has so much pressure. I mean, he's dead there if he gets hit by that at 50% HP because the chain of the Nico route. No magic mantle, that's what I meant. You guys know what I mean. Man, this is going to be such insane pressure across the map now for BLG. Not only are they just crushing it on the bot side, they're taking little incremental advantages on the top side too, because they know Kroko can't gank. This is really good communication by BLG. You know, Kroko's going to be really slowed down, so why not push up, use TP early, because you're pretty confident you're not going to get ganked and die, and need that TP again. Slow flash in mid lane. Dude. BLG's early game just so dominant. Kroko still is level 3. Only 16 CS. Jun sees this opportunity. Misses flag and drag. Doesn't matter. Gets slow with shield. Come on right on through. Well. Oh, shit. That is so well played by Jun and Knight. Oh, they're still going to die, though, because of TP. Just execute. Double execute. Do it. What? Oh, my God. You love to see it. Look how well this is played. Abusing 0 mana, 0 flash Ori. Coming in. There you go. Misses the knockup. Still gets the slow from Jarvan's shield. Take out the kill in the end. Uh-oh. Here comes Kroko. Gets the WE. Tries to flash. Knock up onto Knight. They're running. Knight flashes. Kroko now at 50% HP. Flag and drag over the wall. Boom. Kill. And then you go for the double execute? Incredibly sexy. Blind EQ. Blind, guys. He couldn't even see that. Oh! Man, I'm glad we found these VODs. I was about to give up on watching this. That was so cool.
这波配合非常非常的完美。对于奈特来说，这个线对自己还是占优势的一种。其实，在旁边的 F6视野已经有。
Was there a ward there? We'll see.
因为上一波勋直接走过来把枪客的闪现给打掉。
We'll watch the whole sequence again here. Krako comes in. I don't think there was. Ah, there wasn't. I don't think it was in range. I don't think it was in range, guys. I think he had just walked out of range. It was still a nice prediction. Like, it was still an easier prediction to make, but I don't think technically he was in vision. The ward was in this brush right here. So I think he walked just outside of the ward coverage zone. But yeah. So he was blind, but it was a pretty good, he had a pretty good idea of where it was.
但这一波中野的配合，还是让 AL 吃足了苦头啊。只能说排位一起，中野双排，虽然可能战绩不是特别好，但是在比赛这个项目
Yeah, I think he had just walked out of vision, but it was obvious that he was there.
来看一下 Gorko 接下来要怎样去做一个变奏吧。中线奈特过来做视野。
Krako still being abused. Doesn't matter which league Krako is in. What am I eating, Mandi? Shin Ramyun Black with dumplings. Is it good for you? No. Is it delicious and easy? Yes. Did I need to just eat something for lunch so I didn't die? And I wanted to get my stream on as fast as possible? Yes. So I'm really defiling my body for you guys.
而且这一波是让山克斯顺利的把冰冰线给推过去，然后自己有一波整补的机会，算是帮补了一波发条，不然发条可能要从头被压到尾。对
I'm in Korea.
作为被击杀之后的 BLG， 还是可以靠下路。
Is this the same Live Sandbox Krako? You better believe it is.
本场比赛的第一条龙，电龙。
You have no space for smoking meat, etc. in Korea? No, I'm in an apartment right now, but I'm not here forever. My smoker's back in the States. Didn't bring that much over with me. Just a PC for you guys. Instant ramen as good as Shin Black? Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm a fan. What am I in Korea for? I am in Korea to live my life. Send my kid to Korean school so he learns the Korean.
下路补刀上来说，后悔也是扛得不错，没有被对方压制太多补刀。但这个位置 ，Krako 已经想要控上面去的河道训练线。
但是没有做好的地方，要下双组要一直警惕对方的皇子的位置。
这波仗着自己已经升6。
This BLG team is just so aggressive. They're so fun to watch.
走过来，看到了有一束加持，要开吗？没那么好开，对方下双组都有闪。但现在下半区。
And yeah, if anybody knows where I can get 1080p VODs, I'm down.
可能的，不要出事。然后等待赵信把潮虫吃完之后。
we'll go to Colorado later this year, guys. You know, we're just moving out of LA and figured, why the fuck not come to Korea for a year? Not like I have to be anywhere in particular. And it's a good chance for my kid to like go to preschool in Korea, get fluent in Korean. Spend some time here for a bit because it's nice. Oh. Oh, Jun has to flash out of the turret range. Are we going to redive? Are we going to redive? Of course we're going to redive. Knight too fucking good, dude. This team is just too skilled.
那这样的话也只能帮助 BLG 的双人组再多拿到一块镀层。
So they know where the enemy jungler is now, obviously, because he took the grubs. And as soon as they do that, come in for the ult, flag and drag onto Orianna. They're all split up, so there's not really a good way to get a good shockwave. Come in, double Jarvan ult them. He's polyed, but flashes out of turret range. Then they come in for the redive. Get some poke damage down first. Who takes aggro here? Who takes aggro? I think Knight takes aggro. It's a little hard to tell in 720. Yeah, it looks like Knight takes aggro here. But what's really sexy is that. The knockback into the double root. So the Milio knockback into a line so that they get the double root. That's some good synergy, dude. They know exactly what they're going to do. That's very impressive. Knight looks like Jarvan, comes in, Pop Blossom, Root, ult for the kill, catch all three of them in Jarvan ult. Then watch the synergy between On and Knight here. That's so good. Just hitting him into a line to make it easier to follow up. LOL esports site says LPL starts January 30th. Wow, there was a very pleasant dive to watch. Easy on the eyes, guys. Easy on the eyes. I think BLG definitely a top 3 team in the world right now. Guys, should I bring back my global power rankings this year? I think I might start doing that next week. Dude, Jhin is fucking everywhere. Croco getting put in the trash can. Really? What are we doing? Are we TPing to maybe... Oh, On just kicks him out? Totally not worth it, though. Totally not worth it. Even if they kill him. Because the price of this in topside's so crazy. Is LCS dead? It's not dead. It's dying. There's a difference. But yeah, I mean, there's no way to revive it. Is LPL on 14.2? Great question. Let's look. I do not believe so. 14.1 this week. LCS should be the only region on 14.2. Why is it dying? Because you touch yourself at night? kind of a joke, but it's also true that you're touching yourself at night while watching LPL and LCK. And it turns out the sexual thrills you get from Asian League of Legends makes LCS pale in comparison. And so if you're a hardcore fan who's been around for years, you've pretty much given up on LCS at this point.
两边是各拿3条潮虫。
但现在要看一下，如果往下半区走的话，有没有机会抓一下 On 还有 Elk 这2个人。
这是甲虫缩位移，这个下半区
有想要动手，但是奈特这边有 TP 的，
香克斯也来了，
真的奈特有 TP 的，
在等 T 了，先把兵线给清掉，
先把兵线给清掉。
那也是没那么好进攻。
It's actually crazy how much action has been in the bot lane in 14 minutes in this game, like before turret blades drop. In your opinion, what makes LCK players go to LPL like Croco? Well, they like money and having jobs. And like, I'm sure Absolute Legend isn't paying Croco a lot, but they're probably paying him more than he would make on like, you know, his old team. Fear X.
想包抄 Elk 留下，
但后面的状态不是特别的好，直接被 Elk 身上洗来一套，
又滑上来跌死了。
Wow.
那这样子的话，旁边的 Kill 也有点危险，上是有闪现的。
This game is actually super fun to watch. Poor Croco. Holy shit, dude. Elk's mechanics on Lucian are insane. Thank you, Ricicos. Guys, look at this. He's playing in this brush. Look how nice the moons are. He's staying just in range of the Xin Zhao ultimate. It's so sexy.
这波 AL 本来以为是能够靠着人数更多的一个优势去包抄 BLG 的下场组，但没想到 Elk 以及2找到了反打的最好时机，把所有的伤害倾泻到后补身上。
对啊，第一波后补想去卖一下，没有想到对方在这时候的伤害这么高。
Elk 卢锡安杀意已决呀！大招打完过后，果断的闪现，利用两发平 A， 又把自己的冷酷狙击给刷出来了。即便交完闪现之后，后补还是要死。
只能目送 Elk 的背影，默默的离去。
What a crazy game this is. I don't actually know what Hope is trying to accomplish here. He goes in way too early, and he just gets mega styled on, even though he flashes, even though they use Wild Growth on him. Grago just can't do anything, man.
卢锡安招身强行李的时候，没有帮忙多挡一下，让后补吃到太多的伤害。
那在没有打野的干预之下，这波勋还是可以第一时间把先锋给控制。
I don't know why LPL teams import Croco. I have no idea. No clue why they do what they do.
时间点是非常好，所以决定直接上。
确实，除了下路之外，其他路也没那么好抓的。你想，中路发条没有尼可肥，如果你发动这种2-2的进攻。
The Jhin doesn't give anything up for free. This guy is up your ass at all times.
就出现这种蝴蝶效应，还是因为在第一波的时候，勋走过来 EQ 把香克斯的闪现给打掉，
还反了魔小蛙加上蓝 buff。
对，然后后续引发的就是下一波香克斯没闪的时候，中路被抓掉了。中路释放峡谷先锋，看一下
有谁当这个司机啊？
谁想上车
？Night。 但这波撞出来之后，看看会不会被开呢？没有，远程英雄撞出来的这个距离的话，会有75%的一个距离，是还是比较安全的。
他跳出来的距离是依照你的英雄的普攻距离。
The Vikla import is the most outrageous one. Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
弹的比较近，对。那红温先攻考52
，OP 选手给到奈特，在15分钟的时候，对位经济差就来到恐怖的2000块钱。 17分钟，这个经济差已
经直逼8、9千了。
就现在对于 L 来说，还是要想办法去看一下呀，有没有抓到对方这种失误或者走位太过趋前的机会。
The punish on the Zeri has been really severe. You love to see it. You love to see a Zeri getting bent over and punished.
但被鱼叉关缓速住了。
但这个位置可能要选择卖掉兵了，能留住吗 ？Croco 是有闪现的。
AW finishes him off for the shutdown.
小龙的话 ，BLG 是可以顺势控下来的。
是的
，W 3抢，哇，下一丝，1200的省接线，
想去留住，因为看到自己
Thank you, Merc Squad 912, for the community sub. Thank you.
选择派遣 Knight 去推中路的2。
Am I horny recently, Monty? No, you guys are just misinterpreting what I'm saying. You're just projecting.
在这个风龙魂地形之下，想要去追击还是有点困难的。
现在他们能开团的方式，可能就是快要戳进去的时候，像是在 Croco 身上套了一个球，然后想办法拉一个好大招。
I wouldn't be surprised if a lower tier Chinese team imports Taeyun, even though he's bad on Guangdong. Who knows?
这波在支援的过程当中，确实没有想到 Harry 在草里卡了一个任何的视野。
Okay, we're going to see this replay again. So much action in the first 20 minutes of this game. It's been very thrilling.
哪怕说要去击杀一个无敌，都要花费非常多的时间。
哎，上一波你抓我是吧？这一波我后方有兄弟。
摇人 Harry 有闪，但在这个位置交闪可能也难逃一死，被缠旗刀刺给定住，一下 Q。风暴狂人的伤害也已经出来。
哎 ，Croco 这边确定还要再捅上来吗？这个一技能是打到了 Croco 身上。 而且 Croco 这个位置被迫交了一个修为护卫，旁边的 Elk 开始向气力，先把对方后排给洗残。
Crocker just going in randomly.
应该是没有办法走掉了。
Uh-oh, Knight went too far. Who is going to follow up on that, Knight? Knight, I love you, but there was nobody there to follow up on that. They were still dealing with Croco.
所以可以顺利的利用残余的进攻回合，把 L 的下路内塔给点掉。哦呦，好痛啊！
卡了一波先攻。 再点2枪，现在 Elk 的伤害已经看不懂了。血明加上2000套，以及米六 W 技能上的一个帮助。哎 ，Harry TP 到后方来了。这个位置如果你打熏的话，可能自己难逃一死。
He TP'd into that brush because he wants to teleport in. He's like, but what if I TP'd in and died? I guess they have no hope left. I mean, look at this game. Oh, we watched game 2 first, guys. We watched game 2 first. Whoops. Ah, well. A complete shit stomp. I mean, he's doing the desperation teleport play because they're 10k gold behind at 20 minutes, guys.
在现在，你可以看到右下角的小地图，阿斌一个人在推对方的高地塔。
这个兰博是阻止不了兵的，
阻止不了。而且如果 L 的剩余成员想回家的话，那有可能 BLG 可以利用这一波的时间点，去摸一下大龙。
现在兵的这个装备加上有乌龟形态啊，所以这个兰博打他几乎是不怎么掉血。而整个野区，包括说像下路的这个兵线的推进，让BLG掌握住更多的一个主动权。虽然说现在 Knight 身上的杀人数已经变成了无字天数了，但是队内的优势还是足够大。而 Nico 这个英雄，等到你这个闪现转好的情况之下，还是非常轻松能够达到更多的人。是。
而且现在没有视野的情况，对 L 无疑是雪上加霜。
我们看一下两边的这个装备对比 ，Croco 赵信装备还算不错，巨9加上黑切。在即将面对接下来的这波经济差距1万的团战来说的话，
I watched like 100 games of LoL and even bet on it. I have zero clue what's happening. It's like me and Dota. Why are you watching my stream then? No, game 1 wasn't the one who started 15 minutes in. We found a different website to watch at 720p only. Oh, this game is over. What an incredible stomp by BLG, though. I mean, when BLG is, like, looking good in some of these games, it is crazy how fast they snowball. Especially off of early game jungle leads and bot advantages. It's been a trend in their games. Casual 26-minute win, 15,000 gold lead. Dear Lord.
最终只剩下一个 Harry 在泉水，我们要恭喜 BLG 2-0，是的，3连胜，他们也拿到了自己3。
All right, here we go. Here's the first game of the series.
看一下今天啊上来的第一局两边的 BP 有没有什么不一样的设计 ？AL 处在红色方标记是优先选边来到了蓝方。
哇 ，BP 速度非常快，可以看到这边。
Found a 1080p game 1 on Huya. All right. You know, I'll hold on. I'll ask you for the link. Thank you, OGO Axe. I appreciate it. As somebody who cannot read Chinese. I sent you a DM. So no, I sent you a DM, OGOX. I can't have people linking shit in here. I'm sorry. Do you have time to consume League shoulder content with your silly full VOD schedule? I did not catch Emily talking to Umti, Huhi, and Ole. How was it? All right. Thank you, Mr. Axe. Let's try this. 1080. Oh, you did it. What a legend. Can I wait? Okay, blowing my ears out. Can I go forward? I could also use arrow keys for 5-second skips. The dream? All right, thank you. We did it, chat. We crowdsourced 1080. Okay, so this is actually game 1 of the series. We did game 2 first accidentally. It was a stomp, but really fun to watch. I could be fooled into thinking that this was the same game. We have the Lucian and Milio coming up again for BLG, or I guess this was the first time technically. Jax Band against Bin, and Zeri once again. The Zeri priority I find a little bit interesting. Quality is super good, actually. If I knew how to search on this, because I searched on Huya earlier, but I couldn't find it. But we got it now, I guess. Wait, can I just click on this? Maybe I should just bookmark this, guys. Should I just bookmark this? Yes. The answer is yes. The answer is yes, I should absolutely bookmark this. Okay. No, I don't want it in mobile bookmarks. That's where I want it. Okay. Is my cam upside down or what? What? All right, back to, so it was Lulu's area first game 2. And we literally have the same comp on this side. Gonna ban out the Gnar, which, I mean, Perfect has played this in LCK as a counter to some degree of effectiveness. Hello? Did I skip too far ahead? Did I make it angry? Ah! I wish it wouldn't do that with the volume every time. Okay, Orianna, which was picked in the next game. She's gonna play Tristana blind. Never mind. I'm too high. Hope you're enjoying your freeze pipe there.
上路一定要补一个有伤害的 AP 英雄，
而且是战士。
对。
Is there a rule they can't FF at 20? Yes, there is a rule they can't FF at 20.
而且目前以现在这个配线来看的话，BLG的下路会有推线权，然后上路在前中期的时候，乌迪尔他推线能力也非常非常快。
哎，辛德拉在 LCK 赛区 Showmaker 选手是非常喜欢，并且选出来辛德拉之后有非常高光的一个表现的。那在今天的这个比赛里面 ，BLG 的 Knight 选手应该也会选出第一。
All right, so this makes sense now. Knight gets to play his Syndra, his world famous Syndra in this game. That's why he gets banned out in the second round of the draft in game number 2. I love how On just hovers the Kindred every single time.
但如果你选择到了天绝的话，左边 BLG 没手控制。
再一个，你选天绝很有可能会被小炮给你推出去。波比。
就如果选盲僧的话，可以跟对方打一个中野2v2。
Bit surprised they didn't take the Poppy here because you have opportunities to stop dashes from Vi and Tristana. But I guess they want to be able to follow the Zeri potentially. If you land a Q on her, you can at least Q2 or ward hop over a wall to kind of track her down.
对方的蓝 buff 那边来做。
感觉 AL 这边的前排坦度并不是高。
Here's the Rumble again. It was pretty boring 1v1 on the top side. Bin and Harry were not super active. Stop doing that, VOD. Holy shit. It's like turns on the... Just loves turning on the high volume. Oops, a little bit too far, guys. It's like this is a longer game, so this one should be more close at the very least.
那反倒是 BLG 的双人组已经先入线到对方蓝区，想去抓一下魏的打野动向。
Perks play today was how I learned that the LEC Twitch channel auto deletes the word washed.
两边的打野在这个版本里面都是选择带了一个风行图，更加注重这个节奏。
Yeah, sorry guys for blasting your ears. I can't really control that.
在天赋上的选择的话，毕竟
Velcro wearer on YouTube. I am doing well. We're trying the multi-stream, guys. We're trying it out. Seeing how it suits us. Can Heretics beat BLG? No. BLG might be the best team in the world, guys. That's on the table. They're certainly one of the better teams with a lead. Actually, I'm going to go back for just a second. Did we see any level 1 shenanigans this time? Yeah, we did. Different ward location, this time slightly. I'm actually surprised they don't. Yeah, they do the wraparound. So they see Vi there. And they just opt into... This is actually quite strange. I'm really surprised they didn't wrap around. Like, yeah, sure, Vi is there, but what the fuck is level 1 Vi with W gonna do to you? If she takes Q at level 2 to gank you, she's gonna be really far behind in the jungle. You like have to take WE to have decent clear speed. So I'm a bit surprised they didn't, you know, try and play more aggressively. They played very aggressively in the second game. Let's see if Bin does this thing again where he slow pushes this wave a little bit and then Cheetah recalls this matchup. Seems pretty good as Udyr. Yeah, they're playing a lot more passively this time. Even though realistically, the earliest they could get ganked by a level 3 Vi is like 2.5 minutes. The quality of this VOD is very good, guys. Are you seeing this?
跑上来点两枪，但露露及时给
Like, it looks very sharp.
盲僧想在中路找到第一波节奏吗？摸眼过来，
看一下这个 Q 技能，
Like high bit
没
rate.
有打到香克斯，这波的话稍微打点状态吧。
但也给中路小炮一些些的压力。
Is it on Huya? Yeah, it's on Huya.
挂了一个点火，后面位置还可以，但是自己的屏障也要走出去。来，升到他的一个
稍微打点状态吧。
但也给中路小炮一些些的压力。带路滑上来，升到他的一个盾，挂了一个点火，后面位置还可以，但是
Elka's Ignite. I just noticed that. Interesting.
点火去换屏障。
I guess that's specific to this matchup.
再来看中路这里，给到压力，可口才反蹲。 大家推，这场比赛对于奈特来说的话，其实就是稳住发育就好了。这个英雄本身在中期的时候推线速度是非常的快的，而且刚刚有留意到他在
Yeah, Hope has barrier. That makes sense to me. It's just the Lucian with Ignite. It's a little surprising.
分别会给到不同的一个合计。
But I guess for punishing this matchup, that does make sense. Doesn't feel very stable. It had a couple glitches. You have to remember, I'm on VPN right now. And the VPN quality is great, but I'm also doing 2 separate stream uploads on this VPN at the same time, so I'm pushing a lot of data right now.
刚刚也回家了，把自己的状态给补起来，而且是直接买了一个萃取，想要过来发育。
Back in my day, the ADC always took Ignite, true.
哎，这一波下路的兵线其实对于 AO 来说压力还是很大的，因为他下半区没有太多的视野。
Zeri definitely not as, you know, bent over and punished this game. Knight Syndra is so good, yep. One of the legendary Syndra players alongside Showmaker. And Xiaohu, right? Lucian is typical with Ignite, guys. That's not been something I've been seeing among a lot of the professional Lucian players, but there you go.
上路红温这边有 W 就强行换血顶着红温来换吗？从这个画面上来看的话，其实也没有亏很多。
Even in the Korean ladder at high tier, I'm looking at it right now. He's only played with Ignite in 28% of games.
在前面熏的动线还是
So it's being played a little bit on the ladder.
野怪刷一下，没有做太多进攻的尝试，但肥皂给到 Croco 一个去偷小龙的机会。
对，盲僧这边的话，小砖头已经带好了，现在要去虚空潮虫那边去给那个潮虫刮回来，看能不能尽早的去控到2到3条。
但以兵线来看的话，中路香克斯是推线的，然后上路来波也是推线的。
Direct sponsor? I know the dream, right? They have the direct sponsorship in China, which I don't know how that works because the Chinese government definitely wants the Chinese to make more people right now. That's like Xi Jinping's whole thing. That's his whole thing right now. He's like, oh no, China's declining birth rate. So I'm surprised that they like allow directs to sponsor things.
拿枪把 Croco 打走之后，勋开始了第一次的动这个潮虫。
不过香克斯这个出装，感觉压力还是挺大的。
They don't want more gamers though. True. Chinese actively practicing anti-gamer eugenics.
上路幽魂面具已经做好了，可以面对 Harry 的压制的情况下，比较舒服的实现了。现在乌迪尔之所以在上路能够有那么高的优先级的话，主要还是因为这个赖线能力特别强，而且没什么天敌。
大家应该现在都想方设法去找出一个英雄去克制乌迪尔。
但其实大多数英雄都是跟他平发育，然后等打团的。唯一一个比较好打的是巨魔，但巨魔这个英雄其实跟乌迪尔比起来，也没有说这个灵活的很多。
Wow, this game is so different compared to the last one in terms of pacing. Like BLG with, you know, very similar composition, just completely ran over them in the second game. And we haven't seen that same kind of bot lane punish this time around.
有点像我们黄金分段可能会掏出来的一些创意。
就反正玩自己拿手的。
对，
进入这个草丛，被踢回来
再说
了。山克斯被迫交了一个闪现，还好旁边有一个露露
没大，但这边的话能量刚刚好。Q 技能
，Quaco 一个 Q 技能，
火爆飞踢给他蹬开，
哎呦，
再推到了闪现 Q， 山克斯
First blood.
尽力尝试去逃脱了，但是还。
Rare you see a Tristana. Thank you, XChip102. You're back. 90 months now. Holy moly. He just sneaks right into that brush. Kyle doesn't have a chance to see him. Right into ult. Polymorph, but he still has Q on him. Q2. Knock away from Trist ult. Yep. There you go. Back onto him with the scatter.
而且候补这个位置啊，仗着自己身后有墙，也是硬点了一下 BLG 的众人。但这波终于还是在7分半的时候。
Is Chip your longest sub? Close.
每一次画面带回来的时候，都看到他把小猫给推晕。
Close. Among them. Let's play. There's like 4 or 5 people who are on that streak. You need a 7-year sub badge. So, by the way, Twitch wanted me to know, guys, that in September, my 10-year sub badge will be available. So I've been partnered for so long that I will soon be eligible for 10-year sub badges.
来看一下这波的回放，大招，然后再接熏的后续一个 Q 技能。 虽然 Quaco 已经及时过来做支援了，山克斯也利用大招把对方给推回去，但是这一个 Knight 推球，只能说太准了。是的。两边下路的话也打不出个结果。
Yeah, technically I could have a 9-year sub badge right now.
左边在没有造成击杀的情况下，就尽可能在每一波先攻好了的情况下，让路线上去赚额外的一个收益。 但现在像你说的，中路的差距。
Imagine BLG versus Gen G. Yeah, or T1. Both are pretty hype. BLG, I think, looking like the top team in China right now, at least early on here. Not too surprising, though. I mean, getting Bin and Knight on this team is bonkers.
等到一会儿辛德拉的这个风暴狂涌做出来啊，那个伤害就看不懂了。 就感觉这个装备虽然在14.1版本已经稍稍被削弱过一下，但大家还是觉得太强了，还是超模啊这个装备。下个版本也有陆续的有法强、有法传，还有后续的伤害，甚至我杀掉你之后还有这个额外的。
Isn't Top Esports also up there? Yep. But BLG in that first matchup against Top Esports played. I mean, that brand game by Jun that he played was chef's kiss, man. They really clapped them. They really clapped them in one of those games. I think BLG the better team slightly. Ariel MIF, I am checking it on YouTube chat. Yes, I am. I'm doing both simultaneously. We're multitasking.
是的，而且如果这一波打起来的话，兵这边因为他的兵线是被推进来的。 他没有办法利用 TP 赶到这边战场，但兰博没 T 的情况下，跑到下路也太山长水远了。两边应该都不会第一时间去动。辛德拉靠着自己有限权，先跟盲僧连体往下路施压 ，Elk 剩下系列打一波 Elk 的血量，想要先把 Kill 的状态给打残。
What is Bilibili? It's a streaming platform in China.
那这个情况好像不太好，再过来探了。 熏的 Q 技能再度命中了对方的一个路落，我也踢回来，没有到旁边奈给到推晕，但是天霸横利用成功的举起了熏，锁住了吗？没有，两边现在1换1，旁边山克斯一个。
All right, this is pretty bad because the resets are coming through and they've blown all of their ults. Oh wow, he gets out. Holy shit.
终于闪过去了，但这个位置还被踢了熏，锁住了吗？没。 这个情况好像不太好，再过来探了。
I mean, I understand why you think this is a good idea, but the wild growth prevents the early kill and forces Syndra to use ult onto Krakow, which means that now we're in a very scary situation where we have Tristana resets possible on the follow.
但后方有一个 W 技能利用走位给扭掉。
It's actually very lucky that BLG only traded 1-for-1 there.
哇，这一波一开始的两边人头互换，然后后续
Whoever hit drag is so troll.
脸上奈特成功的举起了勋，
锁住了吗？没有。
Who's responsible?
旁边香克斯一个 W 技能直接跳到对方奈特脸上，奈特这个位置
Knight.
被龙给击
Knight is responsible.
这个闪现
I saw him auto.
但后方有一个 W 技能利用走位给扭掉。哇，这一波一开始的两边人头互换，然后后续香克斯改到正面之后，直接 W 踩到对方人脸上。
是。
It was Kyle.
然后
It's hard to tell. It looked like Knight autoed
这
there.
个位置成功的举起了勋，
锁住了吗？没有。
两旁边奈特给到回晕，但是天马横利用成功的举起了勋，
锁住了吗？没有。
两边现在一换一，旁边香克斯一个 W 技能直接跳到对方奈特脸上，奈特
Oh, maybe it hit with Glitter Lance.
但
It's hard to tell. It looked like Knight autoed there also, but
但后方有一个 W 技能利用走位给扭掉。是的，但这个位置还被龙
没有。
两边现在一换一，旁边香克斯一个 W 技能直接跳到对方奈特脸上，奈特这个位置还被龙给击飞了一下，但这个闪现终于闪过去了，但后方有一个 W 技能利用走位给扭掉。
when will Wolf and Montian show come out? It is out. I just blew your mind.
两边人头互换，然后后续香克斯改到正面之后，直接 W 踩到对方。
Yeah, Flash looks max range. I didn't think he was going to make that Flash. Barely gets out.
再来看一下这一波，勋还是想复刻上一波跟 Knight 之间的一个配合吧，先光速把 Croco 踢回来。
Could have been Zeri Q too.
并不是
as well.
只要这一套爆发伤害打掉 Croco 之后，持续伤害就是 AL 在我们前面选阵容的时候聊到的，就他毕竟是
Yeah, it's attacking Knight, guys. It's attacking Knight. That's why it turned. Whatever. Kyle Q hit it. It doesn't matter, guys. It doesn't matter.
这波应该打不起来，BLG要等下路双人组靠过来。
米利欧这个英雄不能脱离卢锡安太远，这两个英雄还是组合起来才会有一个更强势的发挥。打小龙，因为上一波右边绝大部分的这个大招都已经交掉了，所以这波小龙是没有办法去竞争的。
等于右边要打团的话，在前中期最重要就是 Croco 这个大招。
Chemtech Soul.
定点控制。对于 AL 来说的话，现在好消息是
Zeri now up in farm.
吃到了一颗人头，而且在面对卢锡安加上米利欧这个。
Thank you, T1 Tarzan. Thank you for subscribing with Prime. Appreciate it. What's my favorite league to watch? LCK. Then LPL. Then LEC. Then CBLOL. Then OPL. Then LCK Challengers. Then LDL. Then the Turkish League. And then LCS.
成员脸上，对方也卡不住。那对于 AL 来说，可能更需要一些这些时间。包括我们前面聊过，香克斯已经在第一件装备的时候，先把自己的水银鞋给补出来。
现在在下半野区，自家的中单也到达了一个去尽可能的掠夺对方野区的资源。下路的话也开始吃塔皮了。但与之同样的 ，AL 也是找到一个好的。
I'm just joking, guys. LCS is fourth. I don't actually watch any of those other leagues.
直接闪现过来拉了一个大招，后续后皮也是跟着开了一个大招，想要去追一下 Elk 在没有闪现情况下，最后是把人头交到了对方 Hope 的手上。
This series is actually getting kind of unfortunately fed at the moment, which does give you some pause, right?
撤退的这个步伐之上呢，又被 Croco 一个 Q 技能给砸了回来。
只能说 Croco 开团太果断了。
对。
Do you think they would ever draft with Dragon/Baron spawn? No, because Riot hates competitive environments. Sure, it would be nice, though, if we knew what the spawn order of Drakes was, though. That'd be super cool for compositional planning and pick ban.
看一下他的第二件装会出什么。我们先来看一下上波的回放，直接拉一个 Q， 然后闪现过来。
You know, maybe if you see Chemtech Soul, Callista priority goes down. You know what I mean, guys?
锁完之后就一路的往前走。是。
顺利的把 LK 给击飞。
15分钟，训动峡谷先锋，这个位置仗着上半区的战力啊，还是可以比较轻松的把先锋给攻下来的。
对，
但因为不同于上个版本哦，现在除非你过早的把这个中塔的血量给耗得很低，不然一头先锋是撞不死的。
而且这一把 BLG 也是只有碰到。
Can't believe Zeri's still playable in pro play. Well, you know, she was definitely not playable in game 2 of this series. I think BLG played pretty conservatively this time around. I'm like really surprised they didn't go for level 1 harassment, given that it was Vi on the enemy team, and I think you probably could have taken a more aggressive stab, like we see in game number 2. The Drakes are pre-generated? Yes, they are. The game knows the Drake spawn order.
两边抱团抱的都相对来说比较紧，上路是换线换到下方区去发育了。
但感觉现在这个节奏对于 L 来说是舒服的，因为上路的小炮是可以安稳的发育。
对，
对于 BLG 来说，还是尽可能的要利用熏加上 Knight 这个中位的组合去打。
Not effective enough early game. I mean, I don't know if we can really level that charge against BLG. If anything, we don't want to see them be too effective in the early game, and it's weird for me to say that, but otherwise we would potentially think they only know one way to win the game, which is like snowballing off of winning lanes. So I'm curious, because I know this is a 2-0, how they come back against Zeri. I mean, granted, Zeri's strength has been diminished. Do I ever sleep? Well, I have a newborn, so no is the answer. No, I do not sleep. What's the VOD channel? Well, if you look, it's very difficult. If you look in my Twitch title, it says !VODs. So maybe if you type that, you too can have a link.
选手给到了是中路的奈特，在前面15分钟贡献了2次的击杀参与。
现在下半区的这个视野 ，AL 提前很多是吧
How come Elk is given the farm to On? Is that common? Well, it is because we still have double support items in the meta. So Lucian is building Bloodsong, which means that On is they're gonna share farm and min-max their gold. Thank you, Flemingito, for your Twitch Prime subs. Have a Bezos buck for the baby. Thank you. Remember, your Bezos bucks go to supporting Korean American children. It's a noble effort. You too can use your Bezos bucks to support my infant son Orion. While I don't get any sleep. Oh wow. Uh-oh. We're on the Zeri moments now, guys. Oh. Frisky business. Thank you. You know, you could give your Bezos bucks to some e-girl that you're simping for. You could give your Bezos bucks to people who are already millionaires. Or you could give your Bezos bucks to the children. Won't somebody please think of the children? How am I handling the Twitch changes? With the mighty power of VPNs. And by the way, guys, you know, that e-girl, she's never going to notice you. I will notice you. I will notice you. Does Dom count as already a millionaire? Yes.
Harry 也是太想跟伤害，然后站位站得很前面。
I noticed you, Flaptastic Pickle. I heard it's uncommon for Koreans to take leftovers from restaurants. Yeah, you don't really do that in Korea. There's not really leftovers at most Korean restaurants, though. Because you kind of, especially at barbecue, you just kind of order as much meat as you eat, and then you just eat all of it, because they serve you in, like, smaller incremental portions. I've never been at the, when I eat at a Korean restaurant at the end of the meal, I'm never like, I want to take this home. That's not like a thing because they serve you normal human portions instead of America like 3 meals in 1 meal portion. Garmvup, thank you for your tier 1 subscription.
立刻把节奏给提起来。那这样的话要派人回去防守 ，TP 到炮车上，赶过来的是 Knight， 炮车也能吃到。对于 Knight 来说，这个英雄还有成长曲线在哦。
Do you think if the regions had more balanced formats, the West would be more competitive? It seems weird that LPL and LCK teams play 3 times as many games. Look, I don't think more stage games are hurting the Asian regions. Let's put it that way. You know, a lot of the issue is that it's simply very inconvenient for the teams to have best of ones. And by that I mean because the amount of time that you spend traveling to the studio, sitting in your warm-up room, warming up on stage, getting your makeup on, all of this shit takes the exact same amount of time whether you play a best of 1 or a best of 5. So if you're going to lose half a day on just the logistics of coming into the studio, then it's way better to just play a couple more games. You know what I mean? Because it's also League of Legends is not made to be played in best of 1s. Like, too much random shit can happen that really colors the game. Like, you get a bad draft or a bad level 1, and then you just lose. And you really need a larger sample size, at least a best of 3. Definitely a best of 5 in playoffs, but at least a best of 3 in regular season to see who the best team is, because one team could just fluke. It's the first match I'm watching. It's Shade. This one's much closer. So I accidentally watched the second game first and didn't realize it. So now we're on the first game of this series. Yeah, or there could be a fluke dragon / Baron. So I think that, and also, you know, having being like all in on two best of 1s a week feels really bad as a pro player, because you're less likely to take risks as a team or as a player because there's no way for you to bounce back. And so it makes you really risk averse in the draft. It makes you really risk averse in the early game. And I think it just makes you a worse team as a result. Because every single game is weighted so much higher. So I think it's terrible, personally. And I think the pro players don't like it either, because they don't want to just... Oh my god. Random volume increase again? Sorry, guys. I'm not controlling that. I'm not even touching anything. Sorry, I was waiting for a little buffering here. This is not ideal, guys, but this is the only thing we can do because not all the games are broadcast in English. And they're not on YouTube yet. So, because Riot hates everybody being able to watch every single professional game, we have to go to Chinese sites in order to watch this for some reason. I mean, why would we want people easy access in the West to every single LPL game? Why would we want that?
...24分钟，两边的经济依旧没有拉开，但 AL 这边已经拿到了3条的小龙。
How hard is it just to put it on YouTube? It's not hard. It's not hard. It's incredibly easy, actually. But they probably fired the person who was responsible for doing that, so.
本身他在第一波被BLG的中野针对的情况下，其实我们都会预估说，他这把的2件套时间会来得很慢。
Sorry, guys, the buffering is severe at the moment. Might just give it a second. So we don't just keep dealing with this. $30.52. Can't even reload the page now. Rip. Well, the quality of the VOD is very good on Huya. But the struggle is real at the moment.
Okay,
here we go. Thank you, Jenny Boo. I appreciate it. No, stop doing that. You know, if this had better buffering, this site would be mega. The quality is incredible.
盲僧有 Q 可以探没有视野的草丛，
但这边先让兵把下路的兵线给处理好。
Like the bit rate is so good. Might be too good. Can you give your opinion on Riot's future, given they squelch good content creativity? I mean, I think it's going to be a little bit grim in the LEC because they like fired all the people who were responsible for a lot of the creative shoulder content that you saw, like the music videos and, you know, all the cool stuff that made it the LEC fun, in my opinion. So I don't think we could expect that any longer, realistically. What stream is Dom getting this from? Does he have like a private feed? Let's give it a second to buffer. It was going pretty well earlier, so I'm not sure why it's slowing down now. No, this is not on YouTube yet, unfortunately. This happened last night, so. Your little man is 2.5. Well, I have an almost 4-year-old as well. So, got 2 now. Almost 4-year-old and newborn. It's the last one, though. I'm not doing the baby shit again, man. I like having kids, but I do not like babies. Baby's too boring, and they prevent me from sleeping. 0 out of 10.
有没有机会把 C 位给踢回来？这边在没有视野的情况之下，边选择性的。
It's interesting that Kroko would go in at 50% HQ. He does get hit by the laser, and they try and burst him, but Elk still has flash up. And Milio ult is also up, so you use Zeri flash, Vi ult, and Rumble ult for that. Seems very big waste. My poor wife. Why is it my poor wife? I take care of the baby, guys. It's just not my favorite part of being a dad. I like doing stuff with my kids, you know? So I appreciate it when they're a bit older because it's a lot more fun. Oh, not me. You don't have 7 kids. Oh my god.
前面聊过了，就是Kroko进场之后，你后续的伤害没有办法跟上。
左边的这种爆发太足了，而且都已经来到这个时间点了，其实阿斌也没有必要在单线吃过多的发育去清线，他只需要。
Yeah, this is a super weird choice to go onto Elk. This is a really weird choice to go onto Elk.
而且都已经来到这个时间点了，其实阿斌也没有必要在单线吃过多的发育去清线。
You're just not going to kill him with the Milio there. I just don't think you can target the Lucian like that. Seems like a very strange way to use your ultimates. And honestly, if you're Absolute Legends right now, you can play this out around this objective. I mean, I guess you did force... I guess the upside here is you forced flash... The play forced flash on Lucian, but I mean, you lost Baron for it, so... You know, if you just force flash on Lucian and then you had ults up again for the Drake fight, that'd be different. But Kroko's still Kroko, I see. He's still Krokoing over in the LPL. You can take the Kroko out of Korea, but you can't take the int out of Kroko. Flash kick right into a Syndra ult. And there goes your Fed Zeri straight into a Syndra shutdown. Even threw shield bow, so did a relatively defensive build here. How will I prep for your big events? Yeah, I mean, I prepped really hard.
BLG 来说，来看一下这波团战。因为第一时间Kroko不用 Q 到。
Am I taking my kids to Lol Park? No. They're too young, and also like why?
或者撤退技能往后拉开，然后这边 Hope 因为位置也不是特别好，只能交一个短 E。
对，这个时候上单赖子英雄乌迪尔的优势就体现出来了，就是你打不死我，我很肉，然后你的兰博呢？ 没有大招的情况之下，你又没有办法有那么好的坦度去支撑你在团战里面的输出。
就你又不能不打我。就你看到现在阿斌的出装，就是请你留下的出装。对，就他有一个蓝盾，然后有一个冰心，
留下来。
对，留下来。
其实 Hope 发育是真不差的，但他比较头疼在团战里面。
Are you planning to keep them away from the game at all costs? No, not at all. But by the time they're old enough to play this game, guys, nobody will play League of Legends anymore because it's a boomer game. They'll be playing Counter-Strike 8 on like their brain chips. I don't know, man.
再一个 Q 技能，我差一点点打到香克斯身上，
就差1寸。那这样的话，要做中路的推进了BLG，而 Hope 这里没有大招的加持之下，也只能眼睁睁看着自己的中路被推掉。
现在上路的黑瑞复活还要30秒，中路的兵线推进，而且状态也非常不错。想要这时候先尝试的把一座防御塔给打掉。
这个爆炸火花的伤害差点把昂给炸死了。
但可以看到勋在旁边一直想办法给对方的后排很多的压力。
Well, guys, it was kind of close until it wasn't. Until Absolute Legends decided that they actually couldn't kill anybody on the enemy team. And so here we are.
主要这边 Krakow 还是想要利用一个 QR 去开团。但真的
There's just no way to actually kill Lucian or Syndra. And the front line's just too big right now with this Udyr. Zeri can't do anything. Alright, so they had to commit 2 teleports. Oh, I guess just the 1 teleport. Just the 1 teleport onto Rumble to kill a jungler. But the jungler was killed pointlessly because it's a minute until Baron, and now you don't have TP during the Baron power play. Or during the Baron spawn. So, really terrible decision-making there. You get absolutely nothing for killing Jun. If I'm Jun, I'm happy I died there. I'm like, okay, Rumble no TP. Rumble no TP. Now we can pressure this lane while taking Baron. This is already pressured by super minions, and I either get an inhib or a Baron.
非常非常高。
Elk 滑上来，
再打一套。感觉现在 AO 没有几个人
Super pointless kill.
Elk 划上了那一套伤害。
Because the thing is that, you know, Bin is just going to be able to split push, I think, pretty easily into the Trist.
两边要做到的应该是大龙周边的一个部署。对于3路兵线都不是特别理想的 AL 来说，想要出去做视野的话，一定会承受来自 BLG 的一个潜在压力。兵一马当先顶在最前面，不让他们非常轻松的去做一个视野。那他们只能紧紧抱团抱在一起，但说实话，没有大川的这个泽力，想要去打这个乌迪尔也有点困难。
什么意思？直接来到对方4个人脸上。
Well, this Lucian is actually full build now. He actually finished in Infinity Edge. We don't often see, like, 6-item Lucian. So that's pretty crazy.
还是选择在野区里面做蹲伏。
现在对于 AO 来说，双射手
Right, you have energized procs, huge upfront damage with the press the attack coming in from Bloodsong.
露露被留住了，这个位置，兵进场。
I mean, the cost to killing Bin, though, is absolutely enormous because now you have to deal with everybody else. Oh, I got Lucian. I'm surprised they got that much done there. Maybe even if you're this far ahead, fighting in the jungle into Rumble is not super smart. It's a very nice blast cone, because remember, this is Chemtech Rift, so it's a super blast cone that sends him over there to get isolated. And they're able to burst down the Lucian. Equalizer's used right here, though, so it slows people enough, and Bin gets a little bit too far forward. Elk also dashes forward, and that's when they use the Vi ult onto him. Get the damage onto him from Tristana. I like how the blue buff just kills Milio. And Tristana gets kill credit even though she's dead. Look at this. Wow. Space Turtle. Thank you for your Twitch Prime sub.
算是 AL 在局势非常不好的情况下打出来一波比较不错的团战的3换4。
We're doing it. We're doing the streaming thing, guys. Monty is slowly becoming a streamer. Every week that goes by, I become more of a streamer. Job's Hulk smash. Yeah, this is great. The Hulk smash from the void blue buff, whatever they call it. Because he gets the last hit on him, explosive charge, and then knock him over the wall with the ultimate. So that's why Tristana gets that kill. When we start to react to League of Legends drama, I'm not doing that right now. What drama should I be reacting to? I'm becoming fused to my chair, guys. I'm becoming one with my chair. Garmvup. Thank you. That's very nice of you to give some gift subscriptions. 5 of them. Very, very kind of you indeed. Space Turtle, holy shit. The 10 gift subs. Wow, thank you, Garmvup and Space Turtle. You guys are very generous today. Legends. I thought I heard Crepo was trying to come back to League. He's been in League for a long time. He never left, guys. He's SK's GM. I've been stealing this content for so long. Thank you. It's very generous. Join the Hotline League. Pff, Travis will never let me on that show. I've tried before. Dude, I have tried to call in before. He literally wouldn't let me on the show. Crepo is the SKGM. Yes, you're just learning this. All right, we'll finish up this VOD, guys. I mean, at the end here, Absolute Legends is doing a good job of fighting back, despite the deficit. Trying to isolate Bin here. Goes ahead and use Vi ult. Takes 1,000 years to kill him. Zeri ult goes off. Bin lives. Look how long he lives. And then Syndra and Lucian just delete Zeri. That's so ridiculous, guys. Dude. It's so bonkers. I mean, the equalizer doesn't really hit anybody because they split around it. But the fact that Bin is able to live for this long, he's in a 3 versus 1, guys, with a fed Zeri. This is a 5-item Zeri. The Jack Show stacks, though. Guys, this is a 5-item Zeri and a Vi who is doing max stacks on Black Cleaver. And they cannot kill him. Is the Zeri items not equipped to handle Udyr? Arguably, yes, because she doesn't have that much armor pen. But also, Vi is there shredding armor with Black Cleaver. She's definitely not built for this, right? Because she has Runins, so there's like no armor pen. But she is getting armor pen from Black Cleaver stacks. Just realized you could stream on YouTube too. This is the second time I have ever streamed on YouTube. But thanks again, Space Turtle and Garmvup. That was very nice of you guys. And ViW, that's a good point. And ViW also shreds armor. So
BLG 的大军完成了对 AL 的团灭。
没有想到冰扛了。
But it is kind of crazy how little damage that Zeri was doing.
上一波的3换4的团战里面
In spite of everything we talked about.
而在这一波里面，他靠着自己的神装赶过来，跟队友一起接。
Does Zeri still interact with shields? Like when she Qs, does she steal it? That was removed. That was removed. Yeah, plus Randuin says basic attack damage reduction. Yeah, because it's built out of Warden's Mail. It's built out of Warden's Mail, like Frozen Heart. Did I look at On's items? No, I was not. I was talking to you guys a lot this VOD.
还有1分半啊，在小龙来临之前，两边要
Moonstone, Renewer, and Staff, and Oblivion Orb.
对于3路兵线都不是特别。
Do you think Vayne top has a spot or a theoretical answer to Udyr? No, I think Vayne. I'm not really a big fan of Vayne in the meta right now. She's too low range, has no wave clear, only provides split push pressure, very minimal usefulness, gets completely rocked by Frozen Heart. How would you ever push out against Udyr? Udyr would just press R and your wave would just get shoved into the turret. The real problem with Udyr, guys, is how fast he can push. You know what I mean? It's the combination of him being a tank that can actually push really hard. I think that's kind of the crux of the issue. All right, I'm going to put a poll up and see which game you guys want first. So I'll move on to the next one after this. One of the LEC games. Link to poll. It's in chat. What's happening with the competitive scene? ESL's running it. No, it's so many KC raccoons is what it is. Am I still consulting in Siege at all? I am not at the moment, no. Because Blast has Siege now. I was doing it with Face It. I was working with Face It. Why do you think it took so long for Udyr to gain popularity? Doesn't seem like any of the changes seem to warrant this level of response. Dude, the new tank items are fucking bonkers. The new tank items are really good. So I think you do have to... I do have to think you consider that. What's LEC's best role right now? Interesting question. Maybe top? Weirdly? Oscarinen, Broken Blade, Odomne, Kabashad, Merwin, Shigenda, Irrelevant, Adam, Wonder, Photon. Jungle? Yeah, Jungle. Jungle's pretty good. I think it's probably jungle or top. Is TSM basically dead? Yes. I mean, to nobody's surprise. Good riddance. Goodbye forever.
Casey are out. Adam's crazy. Let's just. What can you? Oh, jumping straight in. All right. What can you show us? Senazaya. Instant Darius. Rumble. Taken away from the side of BDS. Varus.
Okay, Ashe first up. Interesting they're prioritizing Ashe over the Callista. So Callista, Maokai, Vi.
This is a really strong first three. Excellent counter engage. Excellent pick potential.
Yeah, very good pick potential. Azir. Ban tops. Okay, so no Orianna here. No Pyke into the low mobility lane. They already banned Blitzcrank. It's a bit interesting. So we don't have any hook supports. That is very good, though. Bard is very, very good. It also prevents them potentially from taking a lower mobility mid laner. So Nico and Renekton will be...
Really powerful team fighting. Really good pick potential. Good disengage. Great disengage.
So what are we going with top here? Olaf. Olaf is huge here. These Olaf and Bard picks are such good value. These are... Yamato, buddy. Look at this draft. Look at this draft. This is what we saw from D+. This is what we saw from D+. In their match versus Gen G. In a very similar situation. So what I mean by that, guys... I'll show you. So if we go over here, go to scoreboards, week 2, which day was it? This one? Yeah. So what you're going to see here is in game 1, it was Varus Ashe instead of Ashe Renata Glask and D plus R5 Olaf here. This was so good in this game. It was so good. D plus ended up winning this game. They were really dominant. Just using Olaf ult to attack the backline, right? Gives you total backline access. This was really good pickup. The Sylas also has very good value because the first 3 picks of the draft were Varus, Ashe, Sejuani. So all really good ults for Sylas to steal. So I imagine that Yamato watched that game. This is a great draft, though. Incredibly strong draft, I think.
It's a bold bet. This is like this was.
It's free, guys. He can't be Vi ulted. He can't, he can't be Renekton stunned. He can't be peeled. This backline is just dead. Okay, this backline is just dead. You can counter Renata ult by counter ulting with Maokai ult. You can also stop the back line with Bard ult. Like, the Bard Olaf last 2 picks here are mwah.
Was his thing on Fnatic. Before there was gods, it was Olaf. He didn't get to play any of his other champions. It was just a lot of Olaf.
I remember back in the day, Cabo used to be a big Olaf back through his history.
Composition, these Olaf can often be a feast or famine champion, and when you're
The fact that they picked the Callista into the Ashe. Often we see Ashe used as an answer to Callista because of the range advantage that she has and how her passive can impact Callista. True.
not necessarily a traditional upset champion, but we'll see how it works out for him.
See how things pan out. We're jumping into Casey's last game of the split.
Oh, geez. There's something in game that y'all can't see yet that I'm very excited to talk about. Not the champion I wanted to see it on, but I like it overall. Let's go. First seed with a win, and that might not matter very much. What does matter is this level 1 invade And the rune that Labrov has taken, that is a hail of blades, Renata. This man
Interesting.
is not messing around. Targamas, he took Guardian. It's safe. It's conservative. Should have gone hail of blades.
I've never seen this before.
I was really hoping we'd get a hail of blades Bard. It's one of my favorite things. It's trash into range matchups, but it's really funny.
Sure.
It's just a stupid rune. I'll be honest. It's just I mean, you were around when Ender was playing exclusively Hail of Blades Rek'Sai. You know how to.
I was. Yeah.
3 autos really quickly for the first like 9 levels of the game is broken. It's so much damage.
For sure. And unsurprisingly, Labrov and Ice have taken control over the.
So this is again a reaction to early aggression. So this must be happening in scrims too. What we saw in game 2 of Absolute Legends versus BLG, which is that teams are now coming around here and harassing you before the minion wave can get there. So now they're just using minion wave as a barrier to prevent any kind of level 1 shenanigans
Tension mounting.
because they know that Labrov has Hail of Blades and they're versus Ashe.
Oh, but now they know they're there.
Very annoying to already have bone plating pop too.
Bard level 1 is strong. You essentially have 2 abilities with the passive. Look at that. Look at that. Bam! Winning the trade. Actually not that
Didn't get the
effective.
stun.
I'm going to need to check Renata's base AD here in a sec. That was... I'm not going to lie, folks. That was a little underwhelming. I'm sorry I oversold that. It will add up over time. It's like a 4-second cooldown on Hail Blades, so... Pretty short. But if they sync up their Hail of Blades, they can get a lot of damage down. Never mind. I take it back. It's OP. Look at their health bars.
I mean, I wonder if it's largely tied with her passive, right? The way
Yeah, you
that
get a little bit
synergizes.
extra damage,
Maybe the
that's
fact that you can like auto attack both of them really quickly, you know?
You can stack it up together. You can get all the Renata passive from.
In either case, they have control over the spot lane matchup. A bit of push in the top lane in favor of Cabochard.
As we learned from the previous game, if it works, it was obviously the right choice all along. Therefore, Renata Hail of Blades.
I mean, I'm not going to criticize
Guaranteed
it. Like,
lane prio.
I made the call. I said that I think Labrov has been the best performing support so far this split. I'm going to trust this man. So far, they're having a good laning phase. Nice trade from Nuke in the mid lane as well.
Taking the range for him here, always obnoxious to play against Nico.
I want to get a bit of information as to what this Maokai has been up to. Both starting on his Raptors, pathing back towards bot, making sure that those Raptors aren't stolen away from him. And then he bats back up towards top side, so it looks like he's not looking for any early shenanigans on the bot side of the Rift. And an early back coming in from Cabochard, going to grab that long sword. No pots available for him.
Adam should try Rumble. It feels like it would be his type of champion, except his inability to play Rumble massively hurt BDS at Worlds.
1%.
Like the fact that he couldn't play Rumble at Worlds like fucked up their draft hugely.
Early on, it'll balance out some of that lack of base AD. And Adam, sitting pretty, sitting comfortable. Cabochard, interestingly, you know, opting for the TP here. A lot of times it's the Ghost Flash in some of these matchups, but clearly wants to have that global presence. Doesn't want to risk not running the TP. It can be pretty feast or famine if you run, you know, essentially double combat some top side.
I mean, Adam also just played the lane well there, just allowing for the slow push to happen. Cabochard did get a cheetah recall in, sure, but the cost in farm and experience is going to be pretty significant.
Bo
We'll smite that one away. Nice from
walks
him.
in, smites, refuses to elaborate.
And he gets the respawn on his Raptors. Ooh, he sidesteps. Ooh, Sheo navigating the vision. Oh, I thought he was going to do something.
You're enjoying this laning phase a lot.
Well, you know, I'm enthusiastic.
It's the little things.
Oh, here we go.
All right,
What we
Sheo
cooking,
over the
Sheo?
wall. Cabo,
Here we go.
ghosting, ready to keep the fight going, trying to bait it back into Sheo. Cabochard, how much more can he get done? Nice stun. Should be a quick follow coming in here for Sheo. Ball breaker, first blood. Not overcommitting, not trying to stay on top of the Olaf. Dancing around nicely. Cabo getting taken down.
That's why I was excited, man. Sheo navigating through the darkness made Cabochard feel very safe. Adam,
Taken, stepping in. Instant root now coming through for Bo. Push back, taking a few more autos. Nuke going invisible. We'll just get
getting through the darkness made Cabochard feel very safe. Adam,
taken.
It's unfortunate. The W followed the.
Instant root now coming through for Bo. Push back, taking a few more autos.
He didn't flash after the W, or he couldn't get out of range.
Soldier, KC fire back in the mid lane.
good response from Bo. Nice flash W. Committing onto the Nico. They get the flash out from him, and they hand the kill over to Seiken as well.
And it's double crap for Bo, which is going to feel very good.
But Bo, I think he was trying to steal away the Raptors there, which is why he was in that position. Sees the Vi top lane, knows that the enemy Raptors has respawned, wants to try and take those away for himself, gain a small advantage, but instead finds a gank opportunity in mid. And very quickly turns that into a kill for KC, so the goal pretty much stays even. The bot lane being bullied for KC just a little bit. And knowing that Bo has to reset, they're going to start off this dragon, especially with the push they have in bot lane.
Yep. So while Sheo might be behind a little bit individually, obviously was still able to make this play happen. Crucially, doesn't get an assist.
Wait, yeah, I was going to say, did Sheo even get an assist?
Doesn't. So he's there, he spectates.
Yeah, Vi didn't do anything.
Credit that a coach does. You know, it doesn't show up on the assist board, but you know he's doing stuff.
And Bo, he just finds a really nice gank in mid lane. Very straightforward, very simple. Has to commit his flash, but he makes it work. As we mentioned, they get a kill on the board.
And yeah, indeed, no assist for Sheo, which sucks. Just losing that extra pool of gold.
Actually a small gold lead for KC, largely coming from the jungle and the mid right now. That's a big wave top lane for Adam.
Yeah. Nice situation to be in, sitting pretty comfortable. We'll see how this matchup shapes up. It's been a while since we've seen it. Obviously, it hasn't been since the item reworks. Titanic, very strong for a lot of champions. I wonder if we'll see the same from Olaf. What built-in lifesteal in the kit. Could use it quite well.
I mean, my expectations are that Olaf should win at most points in the game. Perhaps there's a certain item breakpoint where it shifts towards the Renekton, but yeah. Olaf is just inherently a very good duelist. He is very good.
I mean, that doesn't matter. You're literally just taking Olaf because there's nothing to prevent him from running at your low mobility backline with ult up.
Bo gonna walk up, smite that one away.
It's a very good draft from Carmine.
Gonna use the twisted advance to dodge out there. The knockup's still gonna connect on the Bo. Immediately gonna ult to disengage. One of those gonna connect on Adam, crucially stopping any follow away. Bo, excellent hit rate on the smite. Gonna use the twisted advance to dodge out there. The knockup's still gonna connect on the Bo. Immediately gonna ult to disengage. One of those.
Wow, the Maokai root stopped at exactly the moment when Sheo could flash. That's just really unfortunate timing for Seiken.
Walk away with their lives.
I mean, KC really just tanked that. Seiken just stepping out of range of Nuke's ultimates. Sheo ended up taking a huge amount of damage, so he's forced to flash away. Ends up being one grub for one grub, still one up for the taking.
LeBron, nice stun coming in from Targamas. LeBron is dead here.
Sheo ended up taking a huge amount of damage, so
Targamas does something?
Ends up being one grub for one grub, still one up for the taking.
Lebrov trolling.
Ends up being one grub for one.
He's walking up to auto upset and then lines up for Bard Q.
Nice stun coming in from Targamas. LeBron is dead here. Ooh, clean play from KC bottom lane.
Very nicely done. Good connect.
Lebrov did troll though. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. Targamas or Lebrov massively trolled that.
So much pressure. They even get the flash out from Lebrov. And well played from KC. They find themselves with a small but growing gold lead for now.
It feels good even just to have a nice back timing, just relieve some of the pressure that can come from playing against Nash on the bottom side of the map. Bo.
Round two gets yet another crab.
Hello, Zion Sick. Gotta get Hail Blades value.
The reason he ticked over to level 6 in the previous play, that he had it just in time for that fight, that stops Adam from following up, that stops anyone.
On YouTube, question is, don't I prefer watching at 2x speed? I do not. So what I typically do is I'll skip 10 seconds ahead. I prefer to do that as opposed to watching it 2x speed like I just did right there. So I'll skip around and skip forward just to see what's going on.
Sweep out some vision on the bot side of the map now. Look at minimap once again. Bo stealing away the blue buff. He knows that he has the push in top. He knows that his mid laner can also look to collapse. And even if he did get spotted on that control ward, he doesn't care. Going to steal this one away, and there's really nothing that Sheo can do about it.
Yeah, you can see.
Was there a poll? Yes.
Well.
This guy feel great about this recall. Gets the Warden's Mail as well. Looks like.
So we'll do G2 versus SK next, and then Fnatic versus Heretics after that.
Against Ash Renekton, maybe wouldn't feel too bad.
It's just such a cheat.
Casey's playing, and they haven't cut to Taylor Swift in the audience yet. It's a good joke. That's a good joke.
Especially with how much ability haste has been taken out of the game. You know, more valuable than ever, I feel like. But there it is, the last little grubbo.
Not gonna be a chance for grub respawns here.
I don't think anyone's getting the 5 buff this game, Betty. CDS is gonna be happy with 2. This is a possibility.
be a
Not
time
really.
contest, though.
You'd have 30 seconds to take them on
Maybe
respawn.
slow down a little bit. I think KC aren't going to be too upset about that. They have pretty strong scaling options when you kind of look at.
This game doesn't matter yet. KC is out of playoffs and BDS is already top 2. Yes, that's true.
The beauty of Olaf is his ultimate does not care about any of the.
So yeah, I don't know how hard BDS was actually trying in this game.
Ash Arrow don't care. Renata ultimate don't care.
Well, and a lot of these champions aren't super high damage very early on in the game. You know, Nico with ult obviously hits a lot of targets, but she's not single target burst. Ash as well is going to feel really strong as you get later. Sustained damage is great, but a lot of times when it comes to killing Olaf, you really want one of those 80 carries who can just shred through targets. A Kaisa, a Zaya. Ash as well is going to feel really strong as you get
Can we
later.
discuss this
Sustained
Bard ult?
damage is great, but a lot of times when it comes to killing Olaf, you really want one of those 80 carries who can just.
Now, Ice has flash up, guys.
Shred through targets.
He doesn't even have to use flash. Why would you not want Ice? Why would you not want Ice to walk forward? You know what I mean? Why would we not place it here or here to force Ice to walk forward because Upset can 1v1 the Ashe?
Shred through targets. A Kaisa, a Zaya. Ashe is not going to be that.
Now Dragon Ash, 10 seconds time. That's going to be the next major objective. It's KC. They've been able to push in a wave, gained a bit of control. They have insight as to what.
Wow, Bo is so aggressive. You love to see plays like this. He actually just flashes over the wall. Now everybody leaves, but still, I love the aggressive. This is like something Peanut would do, right?
Dragon spawning in about 10 seconds time. That's going to be the next major objective. Insight as to what KC. They've been able to push in.
Which is that he starts his ult right here before flashing and tries to find the W, but he's not close enough. He does pull out Labrov's ult, which was not necessary right there from Labrov after it missed. I mean, I don't understand why you run out of ult there. Like, you don't get hit by the Maokai ult. You have backup. No reason to run out of ult in response.
Seiken has made his way down. KC's bot lane forced to answer this wave, which means the BDS now have access into the river. Nuke is doing what he can to make his way over. Arrow. Ulti onto Bo, trying to re-engage.
He has no flash now, though, so he's just dead. Lots of abilities wasted. What? I didn't know you could go through. I didn't know he could take you through Magical Journey like that. I guess it makes sense, but that's really fun.
Able to create a magical journey just through. Over Arrow.
Ulti onto Bo, trying to re-engage. No, the ulti is already gone. They should just be able to delete Bo here. Buys a bit more time with the twist advance. Q backwards. Targum is trying to heal, but it's not near.
Flash Magical Journey onto the other side. That's so good.
Tower, crucially. Sheo will be able to walk away.
That's very well done by Targamas.
That play from Targamas. Able to create a magical journey just in time to bring the Vi through the portal. We'll get away to safety. Bo,
Very good reaction on seeing the Vial to flash portal.
It's a tense moment between the two teams. Bo already back out onto the map though. The bot lane needs to get a reset from BDS, so Bo's going to path towards top, knowing that it's unlikely that a dragon could be started right now. Adam very low as well, doesn't have a TP available. Cabochard with the advantage.
I love Bard, man. He makes the game so interesting. Really fun champion to watch.
We will see Ravenous Hydra into Hexplate. This is the common solo queue build. And again, Hexplate, Hydra in general, obviously going to be great on Olaf, whatever version you get.
Oh yeah.
But Hexplate, one of the new items that obviously benefits Olaf a lot. He's very ult reliant. And he loves movement speed and attack speed.
Many times.
Yes.
That's true. You're right about the Olaf.
He's so good at Q smiting. You don't think it's the skill, but then you see how consistently he does it, and you're like, actually, I think it is the skill.
Here comes Targamas and Seiken.
I should just be dead here.
He hit the Ashe accidentally.
I should just be.
To be fair, Ice did play that well and turned right back into. He turned right back into the turret.
Actually, I think it is the skill.
But again, the ult placements, man. Come on, Targamas. You've had some good plays. Like, what are we doing? Why are we not placing it this way, like just on the edge? Like, he's had some good plays, too, on the board. Like, objectively, he's had some good plays, but these ults have just not been it, man.
Just be dead here. He's locked up under the tower.
Dom serious that for Bard mains, the worse you are at League overall, the better you are at Bard. Is this the barrel theory?
Get the TP out from Nuke. I think they'll still be happy with that. They don't find a kill, but it's not the end of the world. Bo now once again. Sheo with the smite.
Sheo not allowed to jungle.
I respect Bo's aggression. You don't often see this level of counter jungling from a Maokai.
Yeah.
But Bo was like, hey man, I have push in top, I'll invade you top side. I have push in mid, I'll invade you. You know, he's playing around his pressure well. Knows that his teammates are there.
Yeah, I kind of assumed every Maokai
Oh,
in Maokai, mostly 'cause
my
it's
upper body is very sore from the gym.
This playstyle is difficult to execute.
Oh.
Rely on your team playing with you, right? And
I mean, yeah, you need to be aware of where the enemy team has resources allocated, how strong you are individually. If you overcommit, you will die. Bo has gone down once already. Now the objective contest coming through. Sheo
I love
along the backside.
taking Drake when I have Callista on my team, but Callista doesn't actually come to the Drake to fill it full of spears.
Rely on your team playing with you, right? And
I mean, yeah, you need to be aware of where the enemy team has resources allocated, how strong you are individually. If you overcommit, you will die. Bo has gone down once already.
What's my workout split? What does that mean?
Sheo along the backside. Bo again. He cannot
Flex for us.
and he's out, baby.
I can't right now, Shobes. I can't. Sorry.
Follow-up is there, and this time he might have miscalculated. Indeed, he has. Knock up from Nuke, knock it. Bo again. Be aware of where
Just
the enemy team has
strange to kind of go for this Drake in the first place. I mean, they end up getting it, but again, the cost is Bo's life, and not everybody on Carmine Corp on the same page here for sure.
Black Scone out to safety forsaken, but the dragon to the side of KC.
so it's a dragon in exchange for a kill.
How do you have time for hitting the gym, Monty? I find time. I make time.
Converting this into the grubs, definitely a BDS advantage.
There's a gym in the basement of
But Bo, yeah,
the
Bo was
apartment
not in a
complex that I'm in,
position
so that
to
helps.
start that objective. He,
Do you do cardio? Well, I do Muay Thai,
with, I think it was Target or something.
and then I also have been lifting recently. Well, I did kettlebells because my Muay Thai gym has kettlebells, so I was doing kettlebells there. But now I'm also lifting in the gym in my basement.
That's a bit tragic. They were so close to actually getting 5. But Spawn
great
coming in
lord.
for Herald.
Everyone must abide by the Great Lord game announcement.
Lifting his kids. Dude, dad strength is a thing. When you have to just like constantly pick up 40-pound children and they're like jumping on you and like asking you to toss them into the air, you actually just get strong from being a dad. It's crazy.
Oh, sorry, my bad again. I'm just messing it up today.
And they're not balanced weights either. They're like kettlebells, so you gain a lot of like stabilizer muscles. Very practical strength.
One doing a bit more damage. Can't finish the tower. Lavrov
Do you think you could beat Mark Merrill in a fight? Fucking easily.
unless Adam get on top of Upset for free. But Upset's pack and cleanse this game, which makes things pretty tricky.
He's not like, I mean, he's like the same size as me, number one. Number two, he hasn't been doing Muay Thai for like almost a decade.
Teams are reassigning their lanes. They could send Saken off
Number three is a wuss. Just putting it out there.
But Cavachard should feel very confident into whoever he wants to fight right now. It seems that they're slowly bringing more members into mid, but the wave clear from Ice and the Brobs enough to hold the wave for now. It seems that the Herald is going to become the objective. They don't have TPs on anyone. Adam does, so he's free to just sit in the bot lane.
My core is going to be fantastic. No, my core is fantastic because of Muay Thai, guys. Nothing builds your core strength like kickboxing. Tell you that right now. Literally the best core exercise you could ever do.
Topside, so essentially just a Herald for tower trade.
Yeah, because ultimately this Herald is going to result in a tower, right? And so BDS are more than
No, you haven't missed the G2 SK game. That's coming next.
BDS can use this to unlock the mid tower. And when you have this dance back and forth between Azir and things like Nico Ash, it can be difficult to siege against those champions when they have such long range and great wave clear. But a Herald can do a really good job of just unlocking that, and then it gives you way more.
Mark my words, guys. This game is just gonna blow up for Carmine Corp when the team fights start with this Olaf. As long as Cavachard is good about his ult management, the back line is just gonna be fucking bulldozed by Olaf.
Second charge on a second tower if you're not going to kill the tower. It's like, man, who cares?
True.
Use it. Drift. Go to your next jungle camp, junglers. It is your right. You took the Herald. It cost you time. Get some of that time back.
Like some vision investment from KC towards the bot side of the map, really setting up to unlock this tower. Seiken showing great respect towards Sheo there. Knows that the ultimate is available, doesn't want to get locked down. They've kept Cabo topside. His TP should be up relatively soon. KC shouldn't need to use the Herald here. This should be an easy tower secure. And then they can send Seiken up towards mid, use numbers to try and unlock that tower. Said he's going to choose to go back, which I think is also fine. A minute.
I'm actually sad watching the bitrate quality of this game now compared to the bitrate quality on Huya. Sure, there were buffering problems on Huya, but man, the game looked crisp.
Picks up for him. Got as much power as he can ahead of this dragon fight in a minute.
Gonna feel pretty good. And it's important to know that BDS's composition overall is very, very...
Do I know if any match fixing goes on LEC or LCS? I doubt it. I doubt it.
So Cabo, instead of going for Hexplay, which is kind of the solo queue standard, instead going for an armor item early on, which I think makes a ton of
Bitrate
sense. They have
snob.
a hard time really shutting Cabo down in these fights, and he's able to find a
Oh,
balance.
the Huya bitrate was so nice, man.
I mean, there's not going to be...
I feel spoiled by it now.
Do that right now. The question is, I think the trick to dealing with Olaf is how much space he creates between him and his team.
Yeah.
Because obviously Olaf can get to a point where he doesn't need his team and he can just 1v3 you on the back line. But given the current game state, if it's what I call the Jarvan effect, you know, when Jarvan flash, EQ, ult, I'm engaged, guys.
Where's my team?
Yeah.
You die, you type in all chat. We've all been there. That was all of season 3 for me.
And that's kind of what you want to do against an Olaf.
I
You can kind of
I forget the build that we saw from Showmaker. Let me just check that real quick.
You can create this 3v1 or 4v1 and
Yeah,
more
Kingen did Trinity Force, Frozen Heart, Rookern.
Tower knocked
So
down.
interesting to see
now for KC.
the Ravenous Hydra first here for Cabashard.
This time, Herald will be taken out. But mid lane tower being down is big. Again, more control, more access. Cabo Shard walking face first into Nuke here. Ulti available, instantly just turns back. Bromacia, I don't know if they got the damage. Ignite is
Why is Cabashard alone on the flank? No.
Cabo's still standing.
Oh my god, I can't believe he lives.
And he's out of there. KC in the fall.
Still though, the ideal way to deal with this Olaf though is still that he's going to be, you know, on the Drake and basically threaten to run into their back line. You know, he doesn't need to be here in the jungle right now, nor does he need to set up on the flank. Very fortunate he lives. It's not 720p.
Do they want to follow up? Cabashard has TV, but he's got no ghost. He's got no ult. Adam now coming in, continuing to step forward. Targamas has ulti up and available.
Why did he blast go to Dragon Pick? Because he was trying to get a flank.
Any moment, TP right
Now he's got TV back in, but he doesn't have ult.
How many more resources are BDS willing to give? They decide to call it off. They don't want to risk the fight, but LeBron is already.
I mean, they can't steal either. That's the problem.
Instantly turn. The Q setup is good from Targamas. Not quite perfect. As LeBron is still able to
Not with
flash.
Callista Spears.
Bo's taking
Coming
it.
over the wall. Hostile takeover is big, and now BDS are ready to.
Thank you, Dore Mayo.
Try and turn and burn Sheo right on top of upset. The ignite already ticking. Sheo just gonna get taken down though. The Callista knocking him out as Adam retreats to the backside. Cabo continuing to just auto attack over and over, but there's more.
It's so rough when Cabashard doesn't have ult though. I can't believe he lived through this again.
Knocking him out as Adam retreats to the backside. Cabo continuing to just auto attack over.
No. Ice actually instantly cleanses the Bard Q there. It's pretty fancy. Doesn't get hit from Comet from Nuke there either.
Marshall poised, he just needs to slow the handshake to knock him back, but Case Sheo taking down though the Callista, knocking him out as Adam retreats to the backside. Cabo continuing to just auto attack over and over, but there's more than enough CC. He doesn't have ult.
All right, Seiken has no mana, right?
Sheo knocked down a double for Cabo. This man just cannot die. Upset on the chase. Marshall poised, he just needs to slow the
Dude,
handshake to
Seiken's
knock him
Azir
back.
looks so fucking janky whenever I see it. He has his mechanics are so like stutter step.
Right from the start. But Cabo holding his own against 3 members, able to get away with his life. TP's back into the fight.
Like he never looks smooth, and he never actually has Sand Soldiers hitting anybody at any points in time. He never puts them in choke points. They're never doing anything. I can't even handle Seiken, dude. This guy is such dead weight. Look at this. He actually tries to dodge out, doesn't dodge out, Because he does get a shield. So now he has no mana. He gets stunned by an Ash arrow. Stands there for a minute. Actually just has a couple Sand Soldiers right here. Not in range of autoing everybody. Anybody. Finally gets some mana back from assists. Was Dom saying Azir is his best champ? Yes, but that's why I was laughing with Dom on Power Spike. Was he was like, I was like, I think his Azir is shit. And he's like, yeah, it's his best champ. It was a joke, guys, because it's still bad.
A lot of these fights have been very Olaf focused and Maokai focused, I think, naturally, because they're the ones running forward, but Seiken just quietly sitting in the back line doing his job in those fights.
Dracos, he's not doing his job. He is not doing anything.
Dragon, kills, gold, everything going the way of KC right now.
And a 1.6k gold lead for Seiken individually as well. A lot of these fights have been very Olaf focused and Maokai focused, I think, naturally, because they're the ones running forward, but Seiken just quietly sitting in the back line doing.
You know who's hard carrying this game?
Very respectable.
Yamato's draft. Because, like,
Same situation for Sheo in that last fight. He just went
it's like handing a bazooka to a toddler.
And for Nuke, if he's not finding the angle on these Nikos, it's hard for
Yeah, the toddler blew it up, but it's because you gave them the bazooka and told them where to point it.
The good news is that Upset won't have his flash for the next fight, so the next time Sheo goes in, perhaps for BDS, it will be easy for them to execute and actually threaten that backline, but Seiken does. Seiken, as you already highlighted, very powerful, level 14 now on the Azir.
Yeah. And always something to keep an eye on. There's always this transition point where
This draft is so good.
Level 6 to 11. You Shurima shuffle.
This is as free as it gets, guys. Like, Olaf is the ultimate counterpick here. Like, Olaf and Bard are so good.
Needs you to do damage. It's not a good plane.
Yamato's R4, R5 picks here, great. Really good. Like I said, this was clearly inspired by watching that game that we saw D+ win against Gen G. It was a really good draft, also a red side draft. Yamato knows his shit. He's watching the other regions. This is really good.
Yes, I was about to ask if they have the Ash E. They're going to spot this out.
Bit of poke over the wall.
TP.
Kabushard waiting. He has Ghost and ulti. Upset, no flash. They pulled Adam down. Do KC want to stick onto this one? Oh. Ulti can connect onto Ice. Bo immediately ready to follow up, but Adam is there to body block. Ulti now coming in. Hostile takeover hitting.
Here we go. Look. There's literally nothing they can do. There's literally nothing they can do against Olaf. This is exactly what happened in the D+ game. It's free. Now, you tell me, was this individual player skill? Finally, Targamas hits a Bard ult. Here comes the Maokai ult. Seiken actually has a Sand Soldier in a choke point, but just one, of course. Just one. Oh, he finally got some more in there. He finally got some more in there. So they're already in right now. Okay, Renata ult. Too bad Olaf does not give a shit about that. Labrov is rooted. Ice is dead. He just kills the entire back line for free. There is no peeling, and that's it. Targamas does catch the Ash out. That's a very good double Q from Targamas. Targamas has had some good and bad plays this game. Gets into the back line. That's pretty well played by Targamas, I think. So the lesson is Yamato needs to outdraft his own team running it down. This is also the simplest team composition to execute ever. It's like, does Olaf have ult? If yes, run it backline. Press Maokai R. Press Olaf R. Run at Ash.
Lose 3 members, they're gonna lose the Baron. And KC looking to take down the first place team in the LEC.
Reclaiming some of the pride, reclaiming some of the glory. Yes, they can't make it to top 8. But
why is Dom so stuck on LPL and not LCK? Because he's like the LPL guy. And he likes LPL. He likes the action. He likes the teams better. I don't know. It's just what he likes.
We couldn't have seen this earlier, but
and it's also something that has become synonymous with him. You know, if he did LCK, there are other people, you know, I think he started LPL at a time where, like, LS was doing all the LCK, so LPL was something that nobody was really doing, and it was a great league. Still is a great league.
just imagine.
And he likes the kind of faster-paced game style. So I think it makes a lot of sense.
You can't do that to an Olaf. And so where
And
is
he's
your
on the
cap?
way to exploit. He's only getting faster. You're not getting any faster. You're capped.
So it's one of those things where I'm like,
I think it was a smart business decision, and
stop him
Arrow
from doing what he wants.
On to Seiken. Good key target. Excellent engage. Excellent CC layering. Bartle. Ooh. Stopping the play, but making the zero shovel fumble completely. Sheo still in the backline. That's one. Bo is now taking down Lebrov. Throwing down the ultimate. Excellent CC layering. Bartle. Ooh. Stopping the play, but making the zero shovel fumble
so
completely.
I also just disagree with Olaf split pushing here.
He's only getting faster.
I disagree with Olaf's splitting. You just got to group as 5. They cannot defend your dive. They cannot defend your dive if you're Olaf, and especially because you can just turn off tower with Bard ultimate. You know, the best way to, like, you're actually potentially going to lose the game by doing a 4-1 split here. Because now all of their engage is actually meaningful. Lebrov can still ult. Why doesn't Lebrov ult? Is he trolling? Why doesn't he just ult?
Making the zero shovel fumble completely. Sheo still in the backline. That's one. Bo is now taking down Lebrov. Throwing down the ultimate.
What?
You're not getting any faster. You're capped.
So it's one of those things where I'm like, how do you actually kite him? How do you actually stop him?
Like, you're committing to this engage
Doing what he wants.
with Arrow 3-man ult.
Good key target. Excellent engage. Excellent CC layering. Bartle. Ooh. Stopping the play, but making the zero shovel fumble completely. Sheo still in the backline. That's one. Bo is now taking down
I just feels like you can use that sooner. Whatever. Like, the Bard ult actually makes it so easy to hit the Renata ult because they can't respond to it because it hits them by the time the Bard ult comes up.
From BDS. I really thought that could have been something very serious for KC, but they hold their own. They buy time.
But I still think this is a mistake from Carmine Corp because you want the Olaf with you because if they try and defend turret and they walk up, then you can just Bard ult turret and dive them with Olaf ult. Doing the split push is not necessary here.
They should be able to secure this one. Dragon is up as well.
Cabochard is going to tank the tower. He is unconcerned. He's got tag.
I honestly think that the Olaf is good, but they're not even playing it that well. Like, he's getting caught out on the flanks. He needs to just be at objectives, threatening the back line with his presence.
4 items, but it's so hard.
It's just that meme of, you know, the guy sweating on his keyboard.
Yeah.
That's ice right now.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to survive.
Yeah,
and
he's
then you've
fighting
got,
for his life. Here comes
Cabo
the
just like,
Olaf.
bum,
Again, bring back the DMX. You know, no, it's the intense scene of Rick and Morty. You know what I'm talking? He's not going to say steroids are involved, but, you know, from an Olaf perspective, they might be. It is for Olaf, chasing him down.
He's just going to bully Adam away.
There's no, what are you doing? So
So I think that Carmine Corp kind of winning in spite of themselves in many ways.
Pick onto Bo. Excellent CC layering. No opportunity for him to use the Twisted Advance. TP now coming in, but they don't really have the damage again to burn through Bo. Cabo's here.
All right, that's really good. And now he's going to get one axe through everybody. Excellent, 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 excellent. Honestly, very good by Targamas. Finally gets the big ult.
Beautiful combo, the best damn Bardold I've seen all year. And they got Twisted Advance TP now coming in, but they don't really have the damage again.
Really good patience on this.
Cabo's here. What? And all, but they don't really have the damage again to burn through.
Nuke is there as a melee minion. It's such a good punish, guys, because I think the cool thing, actually, you know, I hadn't thought about this before, but the really cool thing about the Maokai Bard synergy is that what do pro players do when they see Maokai ult? Now they've been kind of trained to cluster, right? They've been trained to cluster behind the Renekton so that they don't actually get hit by ult. And when you follow this up with a Bard ult, like the effects can be absolutely devastating. You know what I mean? I hadn't considered that before. But you're basically just punishing muscle memory and player tendencies because this is the right thing to do in 95% of games that you're against Maokai. But when you're against the Bard too, I mean, Sheo ran into the ult because he was trying to queue out, guys. He was trying to disengage. He was using Vault Breaker to get out of the ult.
Again to burn through Bo.
And he just ends up there because he doesn't go this way. He tries to join up with the rest of his team. It's just a good play, guys. And they already popped the Renata ult, but Olaf is Olaf, so there he is, CC immune. Turns back. Seiken comes in. Really good timing from Seiken on the ult as well. Pushes them all out. Super well played by Carmine Corp, actually. Everybody played that very well. Great timing on the Azir ult. But this composition, I think, is very easy to play into what BDS have. Olaf absolutely just shits on these, like, low mobility kiting comps. Like, hard CC kiting comps. I'm not a KC believer. Get out of here. On an individual level, this team is bad, and you can tell they don't really fully understand how to operate this composition, but the draft gap is so big that it's almost idiot-proof. Carmine Corp did have good drafts in the first couple of weeks, guys. They did, for the most part.
Our format is relentless. 9 games to perform. But it does show what this roster could potentially be in the future. You can vote for your key player of the games, Cabo, Seiken, Target.
Yeah, they're definitely running it back, guys. You don't... Even if this game was meaningless, like, you don't go 2-1 in your last week of competition and beat, like, the top team in the LEC, even if they have no reason to actually win that game, and not be like, oh, yeah, boys, we're running it back, because you feel good on the momentum. Now, should they run it back? Absolutely not. Like, they should replace Seiken and Targamas. Possibly Cavachard. Like, Trimby's just sitting there, guys. Let's be real.
And it's a good thing to see. For now, though, we're going to send it to a quick break. When we return, an interview with the victorious upset.
Okay, SK versus G2 next game.
An interesting game for SK to prove
Look, it's recommending me my own stream.
G2 is always
How convenient of it. I don't know why it would recommend me my own stream while I'm live. So it's kind of weird. All right, guys, I'm going to take a quick break, go to the bathroom, and when I return, we will continue. All right. We're back. Yeah, Finn is almost certainly better than Cabochard right now. I agree with that.
Always a mark that you have to overcome and surpass to think of yourself as a good and strong team, and that's what they're going to be aiming for today. First ban Draven.
Yep.
It's a shame SK has fallen off a little bit from the hot start of the season. They were doing really well at the beginning. I discovered Gunship from your Renegades trail. Have you kept up with them? I have not. Are they still good?
If I'm not mistaken, I think we'll see the Vladimir.
Yeah,
maybe,
that's what I wanted
response.
to. Perfect. Would be a good time to flex the champion, I think.
I mean, this has been the Broken Blade's response was into the Jax. Irrelevant is going to first pick the Jax here, considering it's been banned against them quite a few times. All right, playing Cassante instead. Emilio? Nope, Renata. Okay.
It's very hard to dive into Renata because even though you're playing Vi into Xayah, you can just kind of play like a more tentative engage tool and kind of if someone oversteps, you engage.
I imagine we'll just see the rel for Isma again, right? He's been going to that every single time. It could be
scary.
They want him to play it. Look. So Niski's obviously thinking about this already in draft, and with Isma,
How is this a Tristana in mid then?
That matchup is not really that great, but they do need something that can kind of fight in their.
This is just a counter engage composition. I think they see Rakan and Jax, and they're thinking, hey, we can kite this out with Renata, Cassante, and Lilia.
I think Sinzao is very hard matchup into Lilia actually, but the champ is strong right now, and maybe that's enough for Isma to lock it in, and it is.
I don't think you can deny the Tristana. Is there a pick here that you could pick into Tristana?
The back comp champ he's cooked mid jungle, but it's capped, so.
You're spooky on LeBlanc.
Oh, it's 80 LeBlanc. Okay, we're still going with that. We're still going with that.
LeBlanc, okay, wow, they go for the double AP mid jungle, but it's capped, so.
You're spooky on LeBlanc.
It's probably 80 LeBlanc, if knowing.
It's definitely 80 LeBlanc.
Okay, what are we looking at here in the first 15 minutes?
Bunch of mid-game skirmishing really popping off once Rakan and Xayah can get through that lane phase and play with Isma and link up.
I think the side of SK, they just have a well-rounded kind of front-to-back comp. Every lane can kind of fend for themselves. And
yeah, this is pretty standard. This is a very good composition for a lot of different ways to play the game. You have multiple forms of engage. You have flank options, right, with the Jax coming in. This composition is going to be much more about splitting with an AD LeBlanc.
Mid-game have a very easy front-to-back on the side of G.
Skirmishing and kind of kiting backwards.
Every time I've been on cast, they were a surprise for me and for many others. They've come out of the woodwork and they've looked absolutely fantastic with Isma's debut split with his rookie year on the cards. Only last year, I know it wasn't me, but you guys are now in his second year in the LEC. It's crazy. It's like watching a mirror image play itself out as well. Isma versus Yike, G2 versus SK.
Cap's dad still here, still going strong.
Top two. And look for G2, a win here as well. Could even go beyond.
Both sides, but I think Isma's kind of works well as their main engage tool, so I'm curious to see here how he does play. Has obviously played the Zinzao already before, but I definitely think he's kind of been the one at the forefront of leading the charge, playing aggressive, having the team gather around him. I think you can still do that with this comp, but certainly the engage tools on SK aren't as easy to execute. It's like, hey, Rakan going in, hoping that Isma can get a knock up. Maybe you're looking at Niski getting a shuffle or something along those lines, but I'm curious how, when they go for the invades, if they will be as successful as they usually are, without Isma providing that go button that he usually does.
I think we also got to watch again, as Aragon said on desk, Yike's first 15 minutes, how does he secure these camps safely without Isma getting in his face? And I think you can say Isma Niski as well, right? Because this jungle mid duo, despite what we're seeing on Azir, which we know takes time, has been really successful for SK. I think Niski has been one of the most impressive mid laners of the split. Isma for me, I mean, last game especially on his Maokai, getting in the Fate, like that was just abusive. I'm going to quote the game so I don't get it wrong. It was against KC. And it was watching Bo just get bullied out by this Maokai.
I mean, Bo definitely responded well by like playing around top side and getting Cabo shot ahead, so a little bit of an upset yesterday for SK, coming in after losing to Carmine Corp, which was not what people expected.
I have to correct myself. It was against Vitality, of course, because that was the success, right, for Isma. Yesterday, not the same story up against KC, you're right, because that was a win. Casey started winning all of a sudden. Things changed. Hence why SK 5-3. I mean, again, it was such a successful start. The only team undefeated in week number 1 as they beat down Fnatic. But things evened out a little bit. Now against G2, it's going to be a big task. Now Dagda already starting down. Hit level 2. You push out. Mickey going to get launched up, but X-Kick's already out of range. DOS goes for the engage, but Hansama has the range here, and it's still a successful trade for the 2v2 of G2.
Yeah, but at the W for X-Kick, kind of hard to close the distance there. You don't get the move speed towards champions, so sure. I think that's going a little bit too far forward. Means it takes a bit of damage back, but it means Hans and Mickey have this control over bot side, which is why it makes it easier for Yike to pick up those camps on the bottom end without having to worry about Xin Zhao looking for the invades. I think it'll be off of the next couple of resets where we really start to see this bot lane come alive, because once you start to hit like double longsword in the bottom lane for X-Kick, and you've got a couple of points in towards your E, you can really start to trade pretty effectively, and it becomes more a case of Mickey trying to prevent DOS from finding the engages that was set up for X-Kick and DOS to take over in the bottom lane.
Risky trading the top lane as well. Irrelevant just pushing out as you'd expect of the Jax. I mean, this was left open. There's a lot of respect for Irrelevant's Jax. Which we'll talk
Interesting. You don't see a level 3 Lilia dive very often.
The Lilia AoE to be used out as the dive comes through. It's first blood over. It's actually a trade. Now for Yike, he wants to finish off the kill, but he's waiting for Hansama to take up the AoE.
Good patience there.
Just pushing out as you do. The dive comes. Yike's coming down at level.
Wow, you never see this really
3.
with Lilia. Hansama immediately ghosts, knock up. Can't get bailout.
The Lilia AoE to be used out as the dive comes through. It's first blood over. It's actually a trade. Now for Yike.
But the bailout does its job there, absorbing turret shots, right?
Blood over. It's actually a trade. Now for Yike as the dive comes through. It's first blood over. It's actually a trade. Now for Yike, he wants to finish off the kill, but he's waiting for Hans.
It's interesting that the turret doesn't re-aggro here. Like Hansama actually hits, but gets right out of turret range, and then they don't re-aggro turret till right there. Yeah, if Hans gets, if Mickey X gets the bailout here. You know, it's close. Yeah, that's. It's crazy that it actually drops that turret aggro right there.
Yeah, massive loss for DOS. He's going to miss out on all that CS and experience, but I'm shocked this worked. I was waiting for like Mickey, but I think, yeah, you see there, doesn't quite get the lockdown of X-Kick, and I thought it'd go significantly worse, but just the damage that comes through from Hansama and Yike.
The turret re-aggroing onto the wave is very significant there.
Doesn't actually end up falling before the kill goes down onto X-Kick, so it doesn't get the revive, but still, big win for the bot lane of G2.
G2 coaching staff always just like, well, okay then, you know, always just going with it. I feel like with this team, that's what you have to do is Isma going with the top side for now. It's Irrelevant and Mickey. Mickey made the roam up, but can he do anything for BB? Up in the top side, he's going to get a revive, and he gets Isma, and he does! Mickey's roam is with the top side for now.
Mickey's topside roams all of last year were so good. And the bailout, damn.
The revive coming in clutch, the handshake to toss Isma, saying get back underneath that tower. And it's SK who are falling behind in the early game to G2. This is a much cleaner early game than G2 what traditionally have seen.
This is what made one of the things that made Mickey X so good last year, was just finding these timings for these top lane roams in particular.
I mean, it's a really nice roam. I think it's, you know, you expect wanted to go for the top side to answer for the play, so just great timing. And yeah, there's the handshake immediately back underneath the tower to finish.
Bailout's so
off.
powerful in those
Good
situations.
understanding from G2 of what Isma was going to try and go for. So Isma now back out on the map, a little bit behind when it comes to just the double assist that Yike has managed to pick up. So Yike going for those boots first means he will be a bit of a nuisance when you're trying to lock him down. But I still think you've got answers here for SK if you want to try and get Isma to work with specifically bot side. Yes, you are behind, but it's only a little bit of a goal difference. And XP is in favor of Hansama, but not enough where you can't claw back with some nice ganks.
Have to see how it works for Isma now, because again, the emphasis is on him. For Yike, getting that dive down bot side makes the game a little bit more chill. I mean, seeing an Aphelios Renata lane in a good spot with a plate already picked up with a kill makes you think, well, okay, job's done down there. For Yike on the leader with a gold lead. Job's going to be done in junglers. Hansama gets a double root on the 2v2. The engage not working out. Hans keeps hitting away. Cleanse already down. Gravitum gets the slow. They know that Isma's on the top side, or at least now they definitely do. Mickey and Hansama have done the damage here, and guess who's back again?
Yeah, Infernum going to be pushed.
That's so it's so unusual to see these Lilia dives.
This ain't no C9 dive. The wave is set up. Oh, 3 versus 2. It's unfair. Extinct gives over another kill. As you said, red and white, and everything's going to be all right. Dos flashes over the wall, but who's
Hans going for it.
Hans, giving the bailout, gives him the attack speed. Dos just waiting for the cooldowns, but he
Yep.
won't get it. Hans is now 3-0 on 1. And SK
Lexley, thank you for your tier 1 subscription. I appreciate it.
Play on the bot side, get Hansama ahead, and absolutely destroying Exakick and DOS on this bottom lane. What are you supposed to do? Like, Niski's just chilling in mid. Isma was like, hang on, I made one gank attempt top, and suddenly my bot lane is 3 kills down. And it's just
Gets a double knockup again.
gank DOS, tries
But nobody's taken aggro yet. Mickey then takes aggro, but X-Kick's already dead.
Hansama is just
deserves it. Compliment Hansama. I right now want to compliment Mickey. 100% kill participation because he made that roam top. Ingenious roam that keeps Broken Blade alive and withstands the lane a little bit further where Irrelevant...
Oh, gets to sleep.
What are you seeing? Oh, lilting lullaby. Dagda was averting my eyes.
Right into the handshake. Another kill for Hansama. They're just running away with this one.
Early game throughout this split has been so messy. This is a breath of fresh air. This is G2 Evolved, isn't it?
Yeah, G2 kind of saying that, you know, the stories of my death have been greatly exaggerated with this one. Because, they are absolutely... Oh, DOS.
Well, hang on a minute. Wait, Dagda. There's a flash away.
Don't win. Oh, that was wide.
That was indeed wide. It was a goal post there, and Hansama hits in the middle, but still. I mean, G2 at the end of the day, they're still so far ahead. It doesn't matter. They're 3,000 gold ahead at 8 minutes in. They've just picked up an Infernal Dragon. The only thing they're missing out on are Grubs.
I mean, the 3 of them already went to Isma with all the plays that were happening around this bottom side, but I think you're more than happy.
Yeah, it's worth the trade in bot side just to get the pressure, because the thing is, Grubs are kind of irrelevant if you just keep pressure the entire game, because you're never going to have a chance as the enemy team to play around the Grubs whatsoever.
In that side lane matchup, so I think you're going to be pretty alright. Is Niski going toe-to-toe with Caps?
Chain is there. There's no ignite. Remember, Caps
Wow.
is 1 hit away from dying. Niski can't secure it. He's got TP. No, he doesn't. Excuse me. Cap's going to have to walk back.
Yeah, but Niski doing a nice job in mid. Kind of needs to get control over this matchup. Look, it's not an easy matchup to do so, but having that control will set up Isma a little bit better. But Yike, just making sure Broken Blade can push in this top tower.
Help me, Obi-Wan Niski. You're my only hope. You're right, because Yike is now up here. Onto Irrelevant. There's no flip back. He's waiting. That back could be cancelled. Over the wall. Oh, take him to him. It's feeding time. Irrelevant now sees him there. Yike gets delivered. Broken Blade. Future Uber driver, maybe.
Broken Blade had the high ground, and he brought him to...
Irrelevant. Yike is now up here. Onto Irrelevant. There's no flip back. He's waiting. That back could be cancelled. Over the wall. Oh, take him to him. It's feeding time. Irrelevant now.
It's very well played by Broken Blade.
Broken Blade.
That's so cute, actually.
You're my only hope. You're right, because Yike is now up here.
So I think he intentionally misses that Q, baits out the stun, goes unstoppable. So while he's stunned, moves him over to the wall, takes 1 tower shot. Here's the 2nd tower shot while he's ulted, knowing that Yike is right here. That's a really nice bait by Broken Blade. It's very well played.
driver, maybe.
He won the mind games, guys.
And he brought him to the low ground. He made sure that he was going to be able to pick up the kill on Irrelevant. Isma trying to respond, but G2, they're already aware. And Sama and Mickey, they backed away. And even Caps is starting to roam down as well, making sure they can cover this.
Hans Summer has Infernum. There's a lot of wave clear there. And as the wave is just thinned out immediately, DOS is at half HP already. Has to get out of there. Can't risk getting caught. I mean, it's already a 4-kill of Belios this early on. It's back going to get cancelled. Mickey poking in. It's cancelled. Oh no, handshake there as well. Exekick. Ulti, I believe, is available. There's the ignite. The root comes through. Hans Summer kites away. DOS saves.
Oh my god, are they going to kill each other?
Terror coming through. Almost killing each other, but DOS wasn't affected. Isma here to cover.
I mean, it's not going to be enough, though. You're still going to get this turret play for yourselves, though. Hans taking a little bit of damage there. Has the Infernum. I wasn't sure if they wanted to bring Yike down here, maybe even threaten Isma underneath the turret, but they're going to be totally fine. I mean, Isma kind of standing there just to collect the wave experience, but there's not much you can do to stop what Hans, Sam, and Mickey have started.
True. It's a 1,200 gold.
There's Brand Jungle in the LPL, kind of cool. I mean, the Brand Jungle's been everywhere, man. It's very strong right now. Willard played it against Furex,
This could be one of the cleanest early games of the season so far from
or against Breon, rather. He's on Furex. We've seen Canyon play it in LCK now.
And seeing this is like, as an international viewer, this is why, as an LPL caster, I was always scared of G2, because I'm like, these guys, like, they can be as good as like the FPXs and the IG.
Very good at farming, huge amounts of like mid and late game damage. Very good early damage and skirmishing on invades too. Jun playing it was so good when he played it into BLG, played it into top.
But here's the thing, BB's still pushing down to that bot side, so he would need to TP to try and go for this. Irrelevant. Gonna go for the reset.
I'm surprised Lilia hasn't been picked as much, so I think there's a couple factors here. She's not, I don't think she's as good. She's definitely not as good as Maokai, and like probably not as good as Brand in a lot of situations. And then also the fact that Milio is very present in the meta just cucks Lilia so hard. Also, she's hard countered by Jarvan.
Gonna go for the reset. So at the
Like
moment,
Jarvan shits on her.
to keep the pressure up as Caps.
So I think it's hard to pick Lilia blind.
Caps trying to fake it out. There's the real one. The root coming back in auto there. DOS trying to get the kill. He succeeds. A second one over to SK while Mickey's helping Yike take the grubs. But with that kill of the mid laner down, the real one.
At the moment, I think they're just happy as G2 to keep the pressure up as Caps.
Flashes away, but he's shoved back anyway. X-Kick has made the roam. Caps trying to fake it out. There's the real one. The root coming back in auto there. DOS trying to get the kill. He succeeds. A second one over to SK while Mickey's helping Yike take the grubs. But with that kill of the mid laner down,
Brand Jungle started in EU.
handle in this game to get a bigger
Okay. I mean, what's your point? I'm just saying where it's been played.
Isma actually doesn't have a smite available, so there's the reset. Now DOS trying to play into the pit. Mickey, I don't think you really want to step forward here. Exekick is kind of caught between taking this wave to push in the top side and coming in towards this fight. Niski getting plates in mid, so SK.
It has like a 54% win rate, highest of any jungler in Korean like Diamond Plus solo queue right now. It's very strong.
Not even a little stitches. Not even a little stitches.
it's just Caps. You get the best of him. Sometimes you get the worst of him. That's why we love Caps.
Well, I mean, big win coming through for SK. They get 5 of the grubs. They don't manage to finish off.
A very prevalent all over the world in solo queue right now.
For Dragon, which I think is the correct call, but again, Niski, huge. Nashor's Tooth now completed. He's the only person.
But Asian leagues are the ones who are actually playing it professionally.
Mythics are gone.
Yeah,
but
close
it's
up.
going to be well, actually, I was going to say the two the jungle and AD carry, but actually Static Shiv now completed here for Caps as well. So at least you got a few opportunities here for G2 to try and play around in this fight, which it kind of feels like it is going to end up being, as SK starting to move down towards the spot side, spotting out where Mickey's going to be in the tri-brush.
I want to see how top lane gets involved in the fight, if at all. Irrelevant pops the ulti, Grandmaster at arms. This young top lane talent now trying to go up against BB is a big ask, but he's done so well in the matchup as you'd expect.
A lot of vision down here for G2, though. They're well aware that Niski's moving, and it looks like maybe Yike trying to see if he can get in. Hansama and Mickey going to try and zone Exekick and DOS away from Dragon. And yeah, I think just with Caps having that slight move from mid, I'm not really sure where Yike is. SK are going to completely give that up, even having Nism on the reset.
Also, you know that the 2v2 of G2 is just still so strong. Niski going to get rooted up in a second. This time, Cap's not going to get caught unaware. Yike picks up the Dragon. That's 2 here for G2 in the early game. Cloud Rift again for Lilia. Oh, ooh la la. How nice is it when you put people to sleep and instead you just get the caffeine to go.
Yeah, it's crazy good on Lilia. Cloud Soul.
BB was walking down, but decides instead to back away.
Cheeky. Second chain comes out. Niski runs on in. Again, the same place this happened before. But it won't follow through with the Emperor.
Gav's really struggling here. Bot lane has had all the resources, though. Hansama is so far ahead.
Is still gone in under 14 minutes. Hansama is a raid boss this game. I hope SK find the tools to deal with them.
I mean, we already kind of talked about the threat for the backline isn't massive this game. Yes, you've got DOS who can try and go in. Isma could have an angle of attack, but realistically, it's like kind of relevant.
4-ball. Can I donate on YouTube? Not yet. I haven't set up monetization, but yeah.
I mean, that is a long way.
Maybe we'll do that at some point. Thank you for the nice, the nice thoughts at the very least. I'm just trying streaming on YouTube at the same time right now just to see how it works. Did it once at Worlds, but not a whole lot. So figured I'd try and experiment with that a little bit as well. Maybe get onto the TikTok at some point in time.
They've been very good at snowballing, finding their opportunities to get for picks, and now with a lead, we're going to get to see what they can do in the mid game as well.
And seeing an early game like this, I mean, the only pick off was Caps, but really successful dives. Yikes syncing up with Mickey. It's been a nice way to finish off G2 season because I think, you know, was it last winter where G2 didn't have the best finish, but then ended up winning playoffs anyway?
Yeah, they finished from 4th, which isn't a terrible spot, but yeah.
Oh, if it's not first, it's terrible. No, but Dagda, more importantly, as bot comes through for the dive, we'll have to see how far it can go. Cap's playing with him. Into Dots, goes back to his clone. Should eventually die, question mark, but the Ignite seals the deal with Niski getting...
Tried to dodge that out.
For this to try and carry.
It should give them the opportunity to get some of the objective bases on bot side. This was always going to happen. You were never going to be able to defend the towers. So SK just trying to find something back on the map. 2 towers, though, would be a bit more of a struggle for them. But I'm assuming, well, G2 are assuming Isma's coming across, but Isma's actually just taking the top side jungle.
Yeah, they can actually just move entirely into top side now, ward it up.
He needs to try and get out of here.
And set up for the next Drake.
Play this fight out. There's flash available. Also, the ulti, DOS is coming up to support. G2 are pulling away from it. Not going to happen in the end. I think that's good. Temper control.
It's funny you mentioned the TikTok stuff. Stereo TikTok, all the low lights going to get the TikTok treatment with background music on slow and reverb as some players does a dumb play. Look, you know, I've got a YouTube manager now. He wants me to have dumb TikTok shit, so I guess we're going to have that at some point, guys. I guess we're going to have that at some point.
It's going to be very, very difficult to try and compete on the push there. And even with the opportunity for you to try and find a gank on the bot side into block, it's going to be incredibly tough. And Irrelevant is still going to be fine in the 1v1 versus BB. That's why we're kind of seeing Hans and Mickey moving up here. They really want to get this last tower down, so then they can use that mid priority that you should give Hans and Mickey on the push, using the advantage they have to start to leave a bunch of vision control down and make it hard for SK to contest you on the map.
So more importantly, just get
I don't get TikTok. Is this what it feels like to be old? Absolutely, guys. I'm in that boat too. Although I will say, like, TikTok is pretty cool because there's so many people on TikTok that you can kind of get content for anything. Like history content, cooking content. So it really is what you make of it. There's a lot of good content on there. Not just for Zoomers.
Yuck finds DOS, no sleepy time just yet. Not sure if that was elevation or just out of range. There's 50 seconds counted down. That dragon's coming in. And again, just cloud base stats for G2 for a Lilia is good enough for me.
Yeah, I think it's just hard for SK to...
What the fuck is that crab doing? What's going on here?
And again, just cloud base stats for G2 for a Lilia is good enough for me.
Yeah, I think it's just hard for SK to try and respond to it. This is where I am curious to see what G2 do, because traditionally they are going to go for dragon, but like traditionally they've been like, hey, we get 2 early dragons, we're going to go for plays on side lanes instead and not go for the 3rd dragon. But with the way they're set up, it definitely feels like they're going to try and maybe find X-Kick actually.
Hang on, ulti pulled out just simply with a handshake. Hansama running into, oh my god, the damage as he matches him.
Oh man. Feels X-Kick can't even walk up to a wave, man. Feels so bad.
With the way they're set up, it definitely feels like they're going to try and
Sees this coming in. Has to just go ahead and ult over the handshake. He's just in the middle of a bazillion chakrams, and that's it.
That summoner used well. It's Ghost and Flash down, but it's another kill for Han Summer in light of the drag into. Oh my god, the damage. As he flashed.
How was Exekick seen right there? He flashed into the pink ward brush?
Ulti pulled out just simply with a handshake. Han Summer running into. Oh my god, the damage. As he flashes over.
Is that what the pause is about?
We'll have to see exactly what the dives from the left side and.
Yep. Again, Yike, you might be on the.
Oh, Lilia E, is that what did it?
Kick there.
Let me see.
Han Summer running.
We're going to go for plays on side lanes instead and not go for the third dragon, but with the way they're set up, it definitely feels like they're going to try and, maybe find X-Kick, actually.
Ulti pulled out just simply with a handshake. Han Summer running into. Oh my god.
Oh, okay, he does get hit by it. He does get hit by it. So the ball hit here and exploded towards him. So that's right. Lilia R gives vision. Okay, that's right. Thanks, guys. I think that's probably what the pause is about, though, is he's confused about how he was seen.
Just a quick going to happen. Again, great early game. Ended up winning games in game.
Game where, the swirl seed that came through the kick. So thank you. It explodes out in a cone. Trying to get.
It did explode out in a cone, yeah, as it hit the wall.
The Lilia bowling ball works. I don't know what the actual name for it is, but basically when it hits something, swirl seed. Thank you. It explodes out in a cone beyond when it first hit.
Yep.
And even when it hits terrain, it does the exact same animation. So that's, I think, what just barely clipped Exekick.
Yeah,
so
you could see it on him.
What he was investigating there was it actually just a random hit that ended up connecting with them?
Yeah.
Or was it actually the swirl seed that came through? So, yeah, I think Darius.
I've already top kick.
I've been slagged. Wanted his SK bit complete. It was kind of that top three.
That's why we can't get above.
Right? And you work together.
It makes sense that Lilia R would give you vision, though, so that you actually can see the targets. You know, because the thing about R is it only has value if you know where the target is going to be when they're slept. So it makes sense to me that you would have to have that visibility.
I think it's just hard for S. We're going to go for plays on side lanes instead.
As he flashes over hard, matches him.
So it wasn't Lilia R, guys. It was Swirl Seed that gives you the vision. Because you have to see that you have to see that it hits in order to press R. Right? And he couldn't see the Swirl Seed because it hit him. It hit him from like the side, from behind the terrain, and it was the cone that shot out from it.
Kind of these playmaker champs, which can actually have an
But if you didn't see what you connected with, you couldn't hit R. I think that's the logic behind that, giving you.
for the Lilia E, because I think that's the bug.
Is it on the wall?
Oh, it does just hit the corner of the wall.
That makes sense, though.
That is a bit unlucky. His question mark pinging the bug. If this was solo queue, I think it would not end with a question mark only, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But that would be a jungle diff.
The particles disappeared into the wall, right?
Yeah.
So he's question marking it.
Alright, we'll see what the casters think about this, or what they want to say about this game. Back to you guys. The game will resume shortly.
Okay, thank you very much to the desk. We are resuming. No Chrono Break then. We're just going as is. That means that we are back to you for waiting so patiently. It's a hard one as well because the ball disappeared in the wall, but Dagda, as you said, the cone splash damage, it hit.
I am kind of curious at the desk though, right? Because they're like, there's no Diffy in the Jiffy, but they think it was just a bad draft. So is it Contrasty in the Staffy?
I'm sorry, what?
There wasn't even staff messed up, you know? There's no no jungle Diffy, so there's no Diffy in the Jiffy.
Yeah.
It's Contrasty in the Staffy.
Yeah, it sounds a little bit wrong. I'm not gonna lie. You know, that is the craziest thing you've ever said on cast. Definitely getting towards the end of the split.
Yeah, Swirl Seed reveals them for 2 seconds. I'm looking at it right now. It detonates upon hitting enemy or terrain.
In our final one, a bit of stakes for you where G2 are at. Not outside the fact that they secure first with this win, but more so the fact that they are in control. It's a 3k plus gold lead. They are on soul point, 4 minutes 30 to secure that if they so choose.
So, makes sense. No shenanigans there.
Irrelevant, but he pops back. Titanic Hydra is a big threat. We will not stand in the face of this Jax any longer. SK, they need something in this game. They got the 5 Void Grubs, but they've got an
Is there a limit to how many pauses you can get in a game? I don't think so, but they will penalize you if you're up to some shenanigans. Jerky's Minion! Thanks again for your subs, and also your gift subs when you give those out. Thank you. I shall not be the only sub in this chat. We shall start a hype train for bangers only. Do you hear me, chat? Jerky's Minion, really? He's giving out 20 subs. Holy fuck. Damn, thank you. That's extremely generous of you. Jerky's Minion, always the GOAT. Holy shit. Thanks you so much. Thank you, thank you. I think you guys should follow Jerky's Minion's lead. He's so generous, guys. You can be 1/20th as generous as Jerky's Minion. Got home from working out. Nice. Very good. A little bit too sore to work out today. Back on the grind tomorrow, though. Baby food money, yes.
I mean, that was one order from Calibre.
Not everybody has money, Monty. I made mine underwater welding. You must make a lot of money, dude. I've heard that's extremely profitable, by the way. Also very dangerous, so stay safe, man. That's a sick job, though. That's a sick job. I've heard really cool things about that job. I retired after 12 years. Holy moly. Were you like in a Navy before that? I heard a lot of people like get out of the Navy with like underwater training like that and then go into the private business and you can just make a killing.
G2 are still the stronger ones. They go all in, but Hansama is sitting back the Lilia. Also untouched. The ulti from Hansama doesn't hit, but look at that ulti as they
Chase down here is just crazy.
Dead. SK making a TP play. They need something massive here. It was Niski and Irrelevant, but it's being matched as G2.
I don't know about this engage, guys, from Irrelevant and Das. G2's composition, if you overextend, like the punish is so severe.
They need something massive here. It was Niski and Irrelevant.
Yzma also takes a huge amount of damage from Aphelios right up front. So he really can't do anything. I have to use the cleanse immediately for Exakick. He goes down. It's a desperation engage. I got into it due to my uncle who was already into it on oil rig platform in Norway. And my main lead was welding and had underwater welding training before. Man, that's great. Good for you, man. And thank you very much for your generosity. Must be cold as fuck underwater welding in Norway.
Well, you're right. Broken Blade flipping out. I mean, again, it's so dangerous. Niski just flashed away, trying to auto-attack. Mickey's going to bail himself out, but Irrelevant can't finish the kill. The shuffle back straight is Niski.
Poor Mickey.
The safety, but at the cost of Baron.
Doesn't get bailed out because Niski somehow lives.
Running in onto DOS. He needs a bit of help. With a flip back, he gets it.
Support trade for top laner. You get the Baron buff as well.
It's so desperate, guys. I mean, you already see both TPs channeling. They read this play so far in advance because of the pink ward, like all the ward coverage that they have around here. And so they just come out, pop out immediately. Hansama just playing beyond vision, getting, chunking Yzma down so far before this fight can really even ever begin. Shobes, thank you. Holy shit, you guys. So generous today. Shobes, 25. Holy moly. Goddamn, guys. Rodell, thank you. You guys are so generous today.
Seeing your son set himself up for first after what has been a strange split for G2.
Wow. Really appreciate it, guys. It's very, very generous.
Once again, a quick reminder, this Red Bull Baron power play, we begin the onslaught.
Those Greenland sharks are really dreadful when they sneak up on you.
7K gold lead. We've got 50 seconds to a cloud.
Well, at least they pay you well for it.
Is getting a little bit risky in this pit
And do we have a bit of 30 subs? Calm down there, guys. Calm down there. Thank you very much.
It feels like again.
Yeah, they're taking a lot of risks to try and get these sideways pushed out. Nearly comes back to bite a little bit there.
Wook Clear Object, thank you. Shobes, thank you for another gift sub. Thanks, guys. Very nice of you. It's been really fun streaming the past couple of weeks. It's been a good time.
I mean, yeah, that's the problem. There's no jungle there, so you're going to give away Soul. Objective bounty goes over. That's great. But Soul is forever. And you're right. The fact that the trade is fantastic because you're going up against a backup team with a very strong Aphelios with 2.5 items. You do not win this pushing battle. Isma still hasn't backed away.
And all this, guys, is getting plowed into making this stream better. So I've got a lot of new emotes, graphical assets that should make things more fun for you guys. They're all going to be coming in the next couple of weeks, so you can look forward to that. This stream is going to be upgraded significantly, and having that is very helpful.
Can't really step up to take the tower, but it still draws SK back. Easy dragon take without the tier 2 going down topside. That SK really would have liked to trade for this dragon objective.
Going to be taken. Dot's going to come late to the show. Cloud Soul over to a Lilia, over to a Cassante, over to Cats on the board. Irrelevant trying to clear the
Soon Monty stream production costs will be higher than that of the LEC. The dream, man.
It's on the triple, now the quadruple. Bunzel with another.
I need 7 TV. Okay, sorry, I don't have all the emotes in. I'm a boomer streamer, guys.
G2 showing us the best game of the split, the best goal lead we've seen of the split as well. It's not even close right now. Exakick, speaking of which, he is dead. Handshake down. He knows
Also keeping it coming when I'm being a workaholic at 2 a.m. Sure. Thanks, Shobes. You've been here most of the days. Great. Just a million hype trains. Sorry.
Couldn't quite get across the finish line. G2 have to see now if they can win this game.
Not at all annoying.
First place, and if once more they can be the top dog when it comes to the European League of Legends.
Gotta finish this out cleanly. It's inhibitor turret through mid, but it's
You can put, dude. I have the OG NTSM emote, Azure Catalyst. I have that one. Look, it's in there. It's in my emotes. All right, fine. Here you go. You can be modded. You're in here all the time. You guys who are here all the time, you can all be modded. Mods for everybody. Do appreciate your help with the modding stuff.
With the way things are going at the moment, he is so damn strong.
You've all proven yourself trustworthy.
There's very little left in this game for SK. They are holding on by a thread, and that thread is dwindling with Baron timer ticking down with Elder Dragon after that as well.
Eric 101101101101. Thank you for your Twitch Prime and your binary, which probably is a curse word of some kind. So I probably just said something that will get me canceled.
In the 80 carry, but look at jungle. Yike is up 3,500 gold. When we talked up Isma and said, what a great jungler he's been. I mean, don't forget Yike.
I'm not one to be trusted with power. Apparently you are.
I think Lily is very underrated at the moment. All the times we've seen her at LEC, she's been absolutely insane. This combo of Leandries and Riftmaker is disgustingly strong, but now you're getting to see what Yike can do, and it definitely loves
Alexander V 1992. Thank you. Thank you for the gift sub. You guys are very generous today. Very generous.
Get vision control in this top side, push in waves, and then look to burst down Baron incredibly quick with everything that they have at the moment.
You can see Caps trying to sync up one wave in the bottom side as well. He's got teleport if he needs. But G2 at this point is so strong, maybe a 4 versus 5 is even easier. As Dots runs in with a quickness.
Oh my god, look how fast Yike is on this Lilia after he casts ultimate. It's so disgusting. No. This is illegal Lilia. Oh my god.
Shot by Hans Sama. This is the G2 we were promised.
And G2 will march in towards the base and they will march their way to victory.
It's their first place lock-in.
Was it Korea? They got that magnet train. They do have high-speed trains in Korea, the KTX. They do. Level 9 hype train, goddamn. Cheers from Peru. Ah, man, I really want to go to Lima. By the way, that's one of my top places I want to go. The food scene is just popping off down there recently, and I want to go see all the Incan sites. I'm going to get down there, man. I'm going to get down there at some point.
But for G2, you can see a fantastic victory for them. Player of the game.
All right, what were we doing? Heretics versus Fnatic? Does the KTX go to Busan? Yes, that's literally the train to Busan.
See if Heretics can kind of keep
First brand jungle?
maybe upset.
No, it's not. There have been other brand jungles played in LEC.
Individual performances sometimes lacking. We can break that down as we go into game, but folks, as we run into this patch, as we run such an important game here.
I love that we're now getting the Seraphine bans against Flacket and Kaiser.
Well, I think it's a nice take from Humanoid, as you were saying. And also just sets you up very, very well. Long range, good distance.
Humanoid's had some really good games, though. I'd be scared of his Corki coming in here.
For Wonder to just respond immediately with that pick. Jankos has a plethora of champions.
So playing the Udyr into the Rumble. Been a popular choice. No LeBlanc, no Poppy. Yeah, Poppy into Callista Vi feels super bad. So Poppy taken out, Xinjiao taken out. Tristana removed. You just play Maokai here if you want.
When they play controlled, strong League of Legends, this is a team to be feared. Is it going to be another game like that with the Java now locked in an engage tool and leaving that counter pick up for?
Really want to go for opportunity to go for it. So if you
Yep, so Corki's Humanoid is, or Humanoid's Corki's back. I thought he had a really nice game when we reviewed the VOD yesterday on the Corki.
You don't seem too excited about the Corki. You just kind of glazed over that point. Oh, this would be more exciting, wouldn't it? To take a serious note, Jun has been great on engage supports, like the Blitzcrank. Him and LeBron right now.
Okay.
Rating S tier for me.
And the Blitzcrank.
Spices it up a little bit more than that short guy in a flying hell.
And oftentimes you kind of see it go.
Yeah, play Nautilus to body block.
To have that
Could play Alistair here.
Support to try and answer for it. So yeah, gonna go back towards the Nautilus.
Bit surprised we don't see Alistair.
So it makes sense, more engage. Good opportunity just to point and click CC to go onto Callista. So I think this is pretty nice for Heretics. They got long range, good team fight.
Through mid, through bot. You know, Jun getting engaged.
Leaving Corki up on this patch is insane. Yeah, but a lot of the, I mean, Corki hasn't been played that well in the West.
Massive change.
I think Humanoid has done a good job with it, though.
Push yourself forward to be a new Fnatic coming through in this year. 2024 winter is coming to a close today, and with their final game, Fnatic
Cusco
Team Heretics
and Arequipa City is top-notch. Food here is tasty. So I like Peruvian food in general. Like, I've been to a bunch of Peruvian restaurants in Los Angeles. But yeah, I know the Peru restaurant scene is really going through like a renaissance right now, and they have some of the best restaurants in the world by ratings, by critics' ratings there. So I really want to go. Peruvian food, guys, if you also haven't had it, is really interesting. Like they actually had a lot of Chinese immigration, so they have like Peruvian Chinese fusion fried rice dishes that are great.
Also just trying to look threatening for some of the top teams.
That are great.
They're less likely to be chosen. But here comes the invade.
OG League player missing you and Doa on the OGN cast. Well, you don't have to miss us. Yeah, Chifa, that stuff's good. You can go to the LFN Culture channel, and Doa and I do a podcast on science fiction and fantasy television shows. Go subscribe to that channel. If you miss me and Doa, you don't have to. We do a show together. It's fun. Lomos Saltados is great. Lomos Saltados is great.
I thought that was a bug at first, but
no,
love that
try
stuff.
and play much more aggressive around Razork. So I think you probably look a lot more for the 2v1 in mid and see if you can.
Peruvian food, very underrated, I think.
Play around
And I want to hike the Inca Trail, do that Inca Trail hike for like several days. That sounds really fun.
It is a new approach because it's the first time in LEC, from what I'm looking at right now, that it has.
I also want to go there and do ayahuasca. Not gonna lie, that's another thing I want to do there. go to an ayahuasca retreat. Definitely gonna hit that shit up.
I mean, in this lane, I like that we're gonna get a bit more explosive power than you probably expect from the Corkies here, even in this top side. At level 1, Oscar Rinnan getting
Wow, Wonder just clapping him.
Stood in his place. Wonder's been here for ages as well. I mean, you stand in front of the bird, you're gonna get burnt.
Yeah, and this is why, like, I think Wonder's had the best understanding of this matchup is you can trade so effectively in the early stages against Oscar Rinnan, even starting for the Electro Harpoon instead of going for the Q as well. So with the Flame Spitter, so Wonder now going to be able to slow push this wave in. Oscar Rinnan can't really approach the wave, so he's already down experience because Wonder's owned him off the experience. You can look to crash third wave. You can proxy fourth wave if you know where Razork is. Probably can't with Razork pathing up towards topside. But you've reset on third wave, 450.
As Zidane pointed out, Oscar Rinnan has to tank that damage in order to get the CS from the first 3 melee minions.
So Wonder understanding of this match
stood in his place. Wonder's been here for ages as well. I mean, you stand in front of the bird, you're gonna get burnt.
Yeah, and this is why, like, I think Wonder's had the best understanding of this matchup is you can trade so effectively in the early stages against.
Like just stand in there and trade for it. Seems difficult to do. Oh, XP. There we go. Okay, that makes sense. What do you do in an ayahuasca retreat? Well, they have shamans, and you do ayahuasca, and it's guided hallucinogenic experiences with people who are experts in doing them.
But you reset on third wave, 450 gold.
So that's what you do.
This lane becomes unplayable for Oscar Rinnan. It's super easy to try and play for that, and you see Wonder very much in control of this lane now.
Speaking of another lane that looks to get control, Humanoid, the trades onto Perks, aggressive, well done. Trades winning out in his favor as well. Just runs on forward. Everybody like that. 3 versus 2, you can see Perks keeps walking in. Great auto spacing from Humanoid.
Oh boy.
Really using that Hail of Blades you were talking about.
Yeah, and Kaiser now on the roam to see if he can help out Perks. So this is going to get bloody.
And this is the same Hail of Blades we saw on Corky Mid in these more long-range matchups that we saw, like Zeka playing into Faker. But Zeka was getting clapped.
The Fnatic fans out in force today. Humanoid just piles it back. Still has an EXP lead for now with this big wave that's building up towards Perks. Remember, he's got TP. So all he has to do is back if he so chooses, come back fresh. As Jun is now also roaming as well to match Kaiser. And I mean,
I didn't know you were into hiking. Dude, I grew up in Boy Scouts. I literally climbed, I did the Kilimanjaro trek in 2018 with my dad.
3 minutes 30. Now Razork is behind enemy lines onto Perks. Flashes, who expected he runs back.
Oh no!
Team Heretics, what a
oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! No! Why did you go back to your Sand Soldier, Perks? No! Why would you E back in?
Blackhead's still level 2, tries to come in mid. They don't have the damage. They can't get the closure on towards Jun, so he's able to hop.
Why?
You're end up too much.
No! Level 2 AD carry has just ghosted. Team
it's right.
Want to fight with their AD mid at 3 minutes 30. Now Razork is behind.
Luckily, we on this stream we actually have the technology for moments like this, guys. We actually do have the technology for moments like this. You should be very grateful.
What you say? That you only meant well, cause you did. What you say? That it's all for the best, cause it is. What you say? That it's what we need. You decided this. What you say? What did she say?
For Heretics. Blackhead's still level 2, tries to come in. They don't have the damage. They can't get the closure onto Jun, so he's able to hop out. You're end up in a position where Perk sticks around and then completely messes up the distance.
There you guys go. We're getting the technology on the stream slowly.
Way less resources on the trade. Like you can see, Callista easy reset now to go back into lane. She's got the recurve bow.
Imagine this in TikTok instead of 100K views.
I'd call it like a Jackie Love
I don't know if the Zoomers would actually get the hide and seek meme.
Still 3 summoners burnt in that trade. Remember Wonder before, to get his lane dominance topside, also burn a summoner. Very early usage here from Team Heretics, but as we saw mid, first blood goes over, Fnatic pick up a gold lead. And even though it goes to Jun, who made the roam, it still gives Humanoid ease of access in this lane and the priority that he's searching for.
Thank you, Flaptastic Pickle. Did my ancient memes solicit a subscription?
And the idea is, okay, I can then get the reset that Oscar in desperate needs without losing minions. But the fact that he's coming down to this bot lane with that big wave pushing out says to me that they want to try and get on towards Flacket and see if they can punish the fact that he's that ghost. But maybe not even the case, actually. He's just going to try and clear out his own bot side. Maybe after as the wave starts to push out from underneath the tower.
It's also extra fun because every time I do that, it demonetizes my VODs.
Slowly but surely, the push coming back. Flacket and Kaiser have their support of their jungler nearby.
I made 250, but I lost all my VOD monetization, so worth?
Not sure if but we'll just track that one a little bit closer as health does matter.
Perks. Gonna be able to get
It was worth, guys. Spoiler, it was worth.
Yeah, so the little purple bars just beside the portraits of the champions will give you the XP bar. So you can see Yanko's just topping over to level 5, no worries. And that'll make things a little bit easier to track. Wonder though, knowing that Razork is going to be on this bottom side, gets down a ward and is just making life a nuisance for Oscar and in the top lane. You can see he still hasn't reset, so Wonder should be able to clear this out, get a reset.
Do Twitch VODs even make money? No, but the YouTube VODs might.
Make things easy. Razork, because you have to reset at some stages, Black, you can see he's just sitting on the tier, knows that in a brawl, they just have the advantage with the recurve bow already picked up, so he's going to push aggressively, or have Noah push aggressively in the box side and look for this dragon. Yankos can't really steal this. There's too many members of
It's right. You have to take the perks int moments for the amazing perks wins you the game moments and the incredible perk split pushing moments. Sometimes the split pushing and the int moments are the same with perks. But surely he's going to come back and carry this game, right, guys? Surely.
Team Heretics have a play here, but it all depends on the CC chain as Jun has to dodge away from at least.
Yankos no 6 yet. Tragic.
Dredgeline flashed away from. Fnatic almost punished with their lives, but they get away safely.
Yeah, the dragon still goes across. A lot of summoner spells burnt there. Well, at least Jun's summoner spells burnt there in that bottom side, but they're still going to be relatively fine. Wonder has reset, is now looking bot though. I think they want to 4-man dive this because Wonder knows he's got the TP advantage off of those early plays that he set up on top side.
Again, the Udi is spearheading in. The Ghost immediately popped.
Still on 6, EQ up.
But will he get here in time? Jun pops up, trying to buy some time as Noah.
Flacket has aggro. Awkward. 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 Doesn't matter. Wonder's there.
They're still going to be relatively fine.
I think a Wonder just walks out here at 7 minutes. Wonder doesn't fuck around, man. Wonder doesn't fuck around. He's like, you know what they won't expect? Me walking all the way to bot lane at 7 minutes into this game on Udyr to start this tower dive. Why not? I can just TP back to topside and push out.
Again, the Udi is spearheading in. The Ghost immediately popped. Razork is down here, but will he get here in time? Jun pops up, trying to buy some time as Noah against the turret just gets sent every which way. But
Tragic that Flacket was the one who took aggro there. It's alright, doesn't matter though. I don't even know why you bother cleansing there, frankly. But Humanoid? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Perks, where are you?
It's like having a kid's birthday party at McDonald's. Humanoid finding the kill melee range and then fries everyone.
It's like having a kid's birthday party at McDonald's. I don't know if that's the analogy. I have so many questions. First off, who has a kid's birthday party at McDonald's? Apparently before the game, Wonder told Noah he was going to gank bot. That's amazing. Back when McDonald's had the play place? I mean, maybe, but did you still have birthday parties there? Yeah, I mean, I remember the play places, but like, did anybody have birthday parties there? I used to have birthday parties at McDonald's. All right, fair enough, guys. I just never did that.
My a messy dive.
My region, Dagger, I can say that now.
Etc. 15 years ago, Macca's B days were OP. Your Australian is showing.
Because it has just been what these three
There's a whole room for it. All right, fair enough, guys. I don't know.
So Flack could end up tanking the tower, which is a complete mess. Flack could end up shooting too early, so then Noah's able to flash, which means that Wonder, as he comes back here, ends up going for it. Flack is now too low to realistically get involved in this play, which means that as Yanko's flash Qs,
All kids get ice cream and heavy heals. All right. I'm the one who's wrong. Okay. You guys win.
means that at least you get Humanoid with some damage, but Yanko's, thanks to Triumph, will heal up. Flack hits 6 off the kill, so manages to lock up Humanoid, but he still gets the kill back in the Yankos. But that should have been way simpler. As long as Flack didn't tank the tower from the get-go, that could have been an easy setup.
So, game is even, pretty much, I guess, from that last play. It's a 300 gold lead for Team Heretics, but we don't really call that much at this point. 300 is
Greetings from Mexico. We love you. I love Mexico, man.
the biggest lead in the game.
Big Mexico fan.
Serrated Dirk picked up now as well.
I'm gonna get to Oaxaca someday and eat all the food.
Feeling the best in this
Fucking
game.
love Oaxacan
But
food.
we might have to wait and see who's feeling the best because there's no summoners available, Dag. There's a lot of lanes to play.
Next birthday, let us run out of McDonald's plate. Man, can I have some Chuck E. Cheese or something if we're doing 90s birthdays?
Jarvan on the bot side.
So better get it started, hey. Jun with a hook under turret. I mean, Varus has to blinking summoners, I should say, as well, that are waiting for the cooldown to come off.
And there's a level 6 Jarvan.
Wait.
A lot of blinking.
By the way, guys, I fucking hate LEC overlay. Like, I can't even tell if this ult is up. I think it's up.
Say as well, that are waiting for the cooldown to come off.
And there's a level 6 Jarvan.
I think it's up. But, like, why aren't we shooting Chain of Corruption here?
With a hook under turret. I mean, Varus has to be careful not to step too.
Seriously, though, why are we not... Does he not know his ult is up?
Cooldowns come off.
And there's a level
Because, like, don't you just ult here and then Jarvan
on the bot side.
flag and drags and ults and he's dead?
Started, hey. Jun with a hook under turret. I mean, Varus has to be careful not to step too far up. At least the damage goes down, and Jun now down to half HP. Yankos is not saying die yet.
Callisto ult? Oh, that's fair. Callisto ult makes sense. I'm dumb.
Void Grubs could be started by Wonder on the top side as this is all going on.
That's very fair. It's definitely because of Callisto ult, guys.
Still, though, Heretics are getting good control over the spot side. They're getting the push, they're getting control, you're getting the CS lead. Wonder putting the threat onto Oscar, and then again...
There's also no, there's no objective to fight for now.
Dagger, in the meantime, you saw my finger go to the screen.
Ult icons are never correct. I think that one was correct because we saw it ticking down, so I think it did just come up.
Now, we know a lot of the time with Blitzcrank, usually it's the case. But it's always exciting to see the boots everyone forgets about. You know, we have... I almost said Mercs the wrong way. Let's pause, yeah. In the meantime, I mean, Flacket probably hopes he has them, but it wouldn't make a difference because 3 members are here. We have... I almost said Mercs the wrong way. Let's pause, yeah. In the meantime, I mean, Flacket probably hopes he has them, but it wouldn't make a difference because 3 members are here.
Okay.
Noah gets a kill. A very meaningful kill, considering Flacket was ahead in the lane.
Yeah, I mean, just sticking around that bit too long to try and push out. No help there. Kaiser had already reset to try and... move mid, because it looks like they want to try and get set up for, I would imagine, Void Grubs into Dragon, but they're actually moving back to this bot side to try and protect the bot lane tower after Flacket went down, but...
Dude, I love how Wonder is just casually winning this matchup and then immediately ganking running bot so he can win the bot lane matchup too.
That's unfortunate, but yeah, it means that Razork knows
30
the
seconds
moment, so he's actually the
till
one who
Drake.
rotates back up towards top side to pick up the Void Grubs. Kenneth Brooker now for Wonder though means that this is...
Remember, guys, Wonder could have gone to Cloud9. I'm just going to put that out there. Wonder could be on the Cloud9 roster NNA right now instead of this roster.
in the grand scheme of things.
Side note, though, I mean, Dagger, we're not...
Imagine how terrifying that would be.
Coincides with Herald spawn.
That might be legitimately the best NA team ever.
Because they have a feeling there might be some sort of messy play coming on. Humanoid resetting has the teleport, and I think that's why the dive is called off here from Heretics. They're a bit worried about Humanoid coming in. I think he picked a package off that reset as well, so Heretics trying to burst down this Dragon before Corky gets back into this mid lane.
We'll say, though, with this Dragon being looked at with Team Heretics just having it, with stats going over to Wonder, feel pretty good. Early game,
I think he just wants to stay in EU, guys.
Dragon on top of that. Wonder is a very beefy boy. So it spawns the Cloud Rift somewhere out there. There's an LCK caster cheering as maybe for Fnatic. They'll be doing the same in a moment. Kaiser flashes over the wall. It's Humanoid with a package. I think it's a barrel of dog biscuits that's just waiting to go in somewhere. Will it be on top of Perks?
Oh, he's getting the treat?
Yes, it will. Who's a good boy? Perks running away though, but he doesn't want to go over the flames. Instead, pops them back, flashes. Nice to get out, but Humanoid under the turret. Well done. 2-1 now. Corki is unleashed.
Humanoid is a very happy Corgi as he wanders back with his little...
Will it be on top of Perks?
Oh, he's getting the treat.
Kaiser flashes over the wall. It's Humanoid with
So Perks knows that Corki has the package. He knows that it wasn't, you know, it wasn't used as his team was taking Drake. He knows that Humanoid is going to be walking back to lane.
Just waiting to go in somewhere. Will it be on top of Perks?
Oh, he's getting the treat.
Yes, it will. Who's a good boy? Perks running away though, but he doesn't want to go over the flames. Instead, pops them back, flashes. Nice to get out, but Humanoid under the turret.
Razork doesn't even have ult up. 3, 2, 1, up.
Humanoid is a very happy Corgi as he wanders back with his little legs to the tower. Great stuff there, being able to Valkyrie back over the Azir wall and pick up that kill. And again, just nice timing. You
Couldn't just take the Drake and run with the W, could you?
Heretic side was involved in keeping that bot lane terror safe, which meant that there just wasn't numbers in mid lane, and Razork spotted us.
It's a very significant kill again because, I mean, we know this matchup, Dagda. We know it scales either way. It's what was always known about Corki Azir. And after that kill, even though Fnatic find one mid, even though it was Humanoid, Team Heretics respawn, Perks uses his teleport, they are going to be getting these Void Grubs and giving 2 to themselves just before the Herald spawns in 1 minute.
Yeah, but I mean, it's nothing to write home about, right? They're not going to respawn before Herald in a minute, so it's 2 to 1. Means nothing in the grand scheme of things. It's more just nice little bit of experience for the jungler more than anything else. And Humanoid should be able to continue clearing out this and then start to move in towards his bot side.
I mean, even if you got 5 grubs, I wouldn't write home. Can you imagine saying, dear mum, I killed 5 of these purple things and Summoner's Rift? Did she go, all right, don't know what that is. I'm still learning the game. But
do you have to explain that grub is not food when you do write home about it?
Yeah, not food, or again, I told you, someone who eats off the ground. You know, in high school, I said people, like, if you get called a grub, you're someone who's like, you know, a little bit...
I can't handle Australian slang, guys.
And they're so pretty in the game, you know?
They're obviously very good looking.
Can't handle Australian slang. I literally have no idea what Australian people are saying at any point in time.
Real quick.
Yeah, you just don't talk about it. So then it doesn't get brought up. It's all right. Yeah, we ignore that.
I think my favorite piece of Australian slang is didn't come here to fuck spiders. Which means, like, I didn't come here to fuck around. Why is that a saying?
You know, like he was running in the 90s. There was such good smooth moves.
Australians confirm. Australians confirm. That is a real statement. I know you're watching because it's prime time in Australia.
After the push, but it looks like they're going to turn their attention topside immediately. Wonder is here. And he's very much alone.
It is very real. I'm not here to fuck spiders. Exactly. That's what Australians saying.
Pretty much doesn't kill the turret, but Wonder has no chance. He CC'd up the day. Herald has been there was such good smooth moves. Yeah. And so we can see.
All right, so we take Herald here. And we have zero respect for the fact that everybody is on this side of the map right now, and Yankos is not on this side of the map, and everyone else is in lane. So we're just gonna sacrifice Wonder to the gods.
Doesn't kill the turret, but Wonder has no chance. He CC'd up the days. Now it's another drive right down top side. I mean, in a tier 2, in top is now threatened. Look at the damage they're gonna have with Humanoid as well. With the only grub they picked up, it's enough to enhance it and pick up 2 turrets from Riftfeld Dagda. That's why it works.
You win this round. Can't come the raw prawn. You know, I have no idea what that means. What does it mean when you say can't come the raw prawn? What the fuck? I love Australian English because I understand all of the words, but there are so many psychotic idioms that I have no idea what they're trying to say to me. And also, I don't know if I'm being trolled. That might not even be an Australian saying. I play games with Australians where I try and guess what's a real Australian saying and what's not, and they just make up shit sometimes. You can't deceive me. Can't come the raw prawn.
And I think Heretics has grouping up in this 3-man unit, even Wonder on this bottom side to try and make that happen. But they didn't even realize they're on a ward. They haven't done their due diligence.
I mean, the priority map is beautiful.
Oh my god.
That's why you're seeing them grouping up in this 3-man unit. Even Wonder on this bottom side to try and
They're on the ward.
Got a Callista Blitzcrank and a Blitzcrank who's always going to be on the move. You never know where Fnatic are going to be.
They're on the ward, guys.
and I think
The thing is, I think Perks' lens is up.
Heretics, that's why you're seeing them grouping up in this 3-man unit. Even Wonder on this bottom side to try and make that happen. But they don't even realize they're on a ward. They haven't done their due diligence.
I mean, the priority map, it's beautiful. They find the exact target.
Beat up in this 3-man.
All right, well, you know.
What you say? That you only meant well, well, 'cause you did. What you say? That it's all for the best, 'cause it is. What you say? That it's just what we need. You decided this. What you say? What did she say?
Humanoid has picked up 4 kills. Jordan forces a flash. Fnatic can do no wrong in a game that matters so much for them. Find the exact time.
Grouping up in this 3-man unit. Even Wonder on this bottom side to try and make that happen.
They have a big ward too. They had a big ward the entire time. It was in Kaiser's inventory. They had scrying lens up on Perks, and they had a big ward. Why would you try and set a death rush like this?
They haven't done their due diligence.
I mean, the priority map, it's beautiful. They find the exact target that you'd want out of anyone on the team. Team Heretics running for their life, but they're not going to get out because Kaiser is next on the menu, boys. Razork with a beautiful ult. Humanoid has picked up 4 kills.
The sudden pig ward is the funniest part of that.
They are on track.
I'm shocked that Jun was able to catch the pigeon like that. That was absolutely insane. In between 2 people, and then I mean, Muttley for Humanoid is able to pick up the kill.
The Rumble ulted the bush. It's the old bush. Hell yeah.
Didn't sweep. Didn't expect there to be a ward, and now great pickup here. I will say you got the resets a little bit late here though for Fnatic when it comes towards Dragon, but realistically I think they'll be fine to start moving back in to try and take this objective.
Yep.
They just need to get, as you can see, Bob pushed out. Humanoid will probably have to TP back out onto the map, more than likely towards mid lane, because I think that's your best bet. Oh wait, Razork went over the wall.
Yeah, he did, and that's a Q. Flash to get out or wait for the Q. It's now up and again, so Vault Breaker should be an exit path, but he's just waiting instead. Fnatic are stronger. There's a 2k gold lead mid with Malignance now on the Corki. He's got a package as well. You can see in base, he's just picked it up. Teleport early as well as Jankos is in.
They're just going to get instantly packaged on this TP.
Early with the Cataclysm down, but he's just dying out. Humanoid now in the back line. There it is.
Oh my god.
Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno for Fnatic. Flacket sent packing, and one.
Well, this game was not very close.
Have got this game in the bag.
X marks the spot as to where Heretics used to be, as Fnatic are setting a mark on this game. That was an incredible play. Destroying Heretics, making sure no one could approach anything. I mean, Jankos going in very aggressive early. The TP coming through from Wonder, a little bit late to the party because Jankos is already dead. And Humanoid is just zoning Flacket and Perks off. They know they can't really go forward. And then you just get hit. Rumble, ult, and having that package as well. Flacket is completely out of the fight. And Fnatic are just chasing down members of Heretics to add to their goal pockets.
How good would
Huge package. Humanoid's Corki's been legit in the games I've seen him play it.
Humanoid on his pick, which is now at 9k. Where's Perks? He's down. Dagda ready to do some math. 5,500. Am I correct? Yes. I have to confirm
I'm gonna leave you to that.
I can count 5,500. It's big. It's such a big gold gap. Even though on the screen it says 3k. I could be wrong. Either way, it's big. Ladies and gentlemen, you can do it yourself. It's Humanoid, level 13 versus Perks. He's down a level, but about 11 and a half it feels. It's really rough. I mean, we've got this respect to Perks on a matchup, Dagda, that we've seen time and time again. And oops, the daisy. for Team Heretics.
8,000 deficit at 18 minutes. This is so over.
Kind of showing them the ropes here.
Teleport, though, could be dangerous. Hook doesn't land as around red buff. The fight begins, but again, look at Humanoid from range. You can see Perks is holding topside. Won't do a damn thing. Oscar,
It's really good to see Humanoid having like very strong regular season performances again. 'Cause I feel like, you know, for the last, I don't feel like it. Let me just put it this way. For the last few years, Humanoid's had an immense ceiling, but really hasn't been motivated to do very well in the regular season. And it's such a pleasure to see him when he's in form.
I will say with Varus there, you're not going to be able to do too much, but yeah, with the waves, not in the best of spots. They won't be able to get much in the way of towers, but still, they'll get control, get vision, steal away some of the camps. And you just go for take two here with Baron up and available. 20 minutes on the clock, and it's not like Heretics, although Perks can do it quick, can never really contest you. But we get a quick shot here, like, hook into the wall for Kaiser. Yanko's deleted immediately, and Oscar is just burning down Perks.
Thank you, Shows, for the gift sub to Prodigal Chicken.
How's he supposed to get into these
Look at what Perks did in that fight.
Yanko available. 20 minutes on the clock, and it's not like Heretics, although Perks can do it quick, can never really contest you. But
He TP's in. He goes over. Oh, no. Oh, no. You know the worst part of this is he doesn't even have flash, and Oscarinen does have flash.
And Oscarinen is just burning down Perks in the top side. Nothing that these
my God, guys. It's all right. We have stuff for these moments too.
It's a 10k gold lead. You're versing a Corki, a Rumble versus a team that, again, might want to play at range. You know, Flacket, for example, as Lethality Varus. Oh, look. The real G2 coming up next.
a little bit more successful this season as well.
There goes my hero, the Western Goat,
They can make sure that they
Perks.
can push themselves a little bit further along. Again, if Fnatic win this, they want Vitality to win the next game.
The Croatian sensation,
Get their top 4 spots. So
getting roasted by a Rumble while he ults Krugs.
if they win, will not be able to push themselves into that top 4 thanks to the strength of victory that SK have. And the head-to-heads. Good hook though.
Finish out. Dredgeline buffers it though. Looks janky on our spectator client, but Kaiser gets out. That's the main thing. Zenithar at mid at 21 minutes getting threatened down. This feels like a much later game than it is because of how far Fnatic are ahead, but 14-3 at 21. It's just pure dominance here, and it's really good to see from what we'd expect to be a top team, right? What people would expect to be a top 2, top 3 team. Yes, they're waiting for Vitality to get top 4.
Oh, the reverse hookerino? Ah, yes. The hooker becomes the hooky, as is said.
Vitality to get top 4, but right now they need to showcase, as you said, with the equalizer down, they're doing exactly that. Oscarinen's damage is dirty with the Crypt Bloom as well. This 2-item Rumble means business.
Still though, Noah getting hooked there meant that kind of shuts down Fnatic. They would have liked to keep that ball rolling, catch that wave on bot side, but because you end up with
Whatever, just fucking play for Soul Point. Who cares? You have a giant lead.
Is up. To put up their hopes in this game. You can say
you're
no.
just so far away. Banshee's Veil is the attempt from Perks here, but even if you get that right, the Eclipse Malignance is going to make sure that you're getting that magic resist reduction. It ends up super nice. You still got to deal with a lot of damage coming through Calista. The Terminus is going to make it very hard with the Jack Show inevitability for Noah to really beat him down. So I think at this stage you kind of run your course, and I think Heretics had moments to get control of this game. Like you look at that bot lane dive that went so astray, and wonder how good control and tried to use it elsewhere in the map, but unfortunately it was just Fnatic cleaner when it came to a lot of these plays and came back to bite Heretics, especially around that like mid lane into bot side plays.
Yeah, Juna's look, pretty good. I mean, perhaps just having the Korean language bot lane has been helpful. Like, I think it sucks to lose Trimby, but I think Fnatic, when they've looked good like this, have looked quite good, and it feels like they've been getting better towards the end of the round robin.
Aphelios' caliber.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Keep it game related. That's right. That's very good. Keep me in a job. What's... I'm sorry. Halo? What's...
I mod for an Aussie streamer from Melbourne. I have never heard any of those sayings, Monty. Well, that's because you're not Australian, and these are the secret sayings that Australians say to each other. They're not for outsider consumption. They know that outsiders don't understand these.
Champion, and I have to say, Blitzcrank in the LEC, I think have been some of the best performing champions. Unless there's a game...
Australians aren't going to speak Australian to you. They're only going to speak Australian to each other.
I think some of the best performing supports on some of these pick champions.
Yeah, Blitzcrank in particular has been really big for John.
No, I haven't seen top versus EDG yet. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow.
Opportunities to play around these new walls, because in a lot of situations it's very difficult to approach objectives now, or even if you are already at the objective pit, there's so many walls and different angles that Blitzcrank can work from. You can even see here, like, it makes it very difficult for you to actually threaten a lot of these plays, and especially since, apart from Wonder, no one is actually particularly tanky on Heretics. Like, yes, you've got Kaiser, but a one item Locker of the Iron Solari Nautilus, that's what, 6 levels down on your AD carry, he's not going to survive. And Semi Yankos, he's Sunder Sky. Thanks for the...
Again, there you go.
Thanks for the demonstration.
Yeah,
I appreciate it, lads. What? 6 levels down on your AD carry, he's not going to survive. And Semi Yankos, he's Sunder Sky. Thanks for the...
Again, there you go.
Okay.
Thanks for the demonstration.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, lads.
That supports your point, doesn't it? Jun gets a quick pick, support down.
A lot of counterplay there. A lot of counterplay.
Anyway, further to your point, Dagda, you know what's huge? As Wonder decides to push bottom side turret. I can explain in a second, because at least in a turret going down, the most, if you use an escape, point is really smart.
I will see Rumble as well, dealing at...
No ward over, another one for Noah. Humanoid just dodged it.
Needs to pick people off on moments like that.
Found him. I think that was blind as well. I mean, there's no ward.
I mean, this is desperation, right? Like, you know Humanoid has flash and W up. But you got to do something to try and win this game. And this is what I like about Perks, honestly. Like, that play was very unlikely to be successful. But you have to do something if you're going to come back in this situation, so you might as well try and make a play. And Perks will always do that. That's one of the things that's made him so great over the years. Like, he's won games doing shit like that he should lose.
Of the team's damage, highest DPM for any mid laner in the league. The guy's been a beast. And it's,
Even if he hit him, he still wouldn't have died? Probably not, but that's not the point. That's not the point I'm making, guys. He actually will try and find angles to win at all times, no matter how unlikely it is.
The range is there. Oscarin burning and turning with Baron buff. It's so easy. It has been a runaway. It has been a performance from Fnatic that cannot be understated. Jun locked in a pit, but matters not. As Fnatic running into the base, even if they get fully wiped here, it's going to take 3 more. Okay, you got Razork, you got Jun. Great stuff. Need a little bit more.
Fnatic, Razork, either, so.
And a bigger issue was at hand. Now you've got the wall, which is playoffs, but then Team Heretics have to perform there, right? Anyone who hasn't watched Game of Thrones is now very confused as to what's going on. But to be fair, it's like Hodor, you know.
On Fnatic, and as well, look at Noah, like already taking.
They did throw a little bit here. It's obviously no point in doing that
It has never been close. It has been a runaway.
when you can back off and get Cloud Soul.
Jun locked in a pit, but matters not. As Fnatic running into the base, even if they get fully wiped here, it's going to take 3 more. Okay.
Something back, but yeah, I think this was a little bit too far forward.
Like, why are we trying to do this when Corki is free hitting the inhib? You can literally just stand here, take out the turret, and then Corki rotates over. This is silly. This is silly from Fnatic because they lose Soul as well. And it's unlikely that Heretics win, but you are giving them windows, right? Now it also delays the game because you have to fucking wait for another Baron.
Jun with the hook in onto Yankos. Maybe we stop there. He gets bodied and setting the flames up as well. Push him once again.
Yeah, they'll get the double inhib resets, so then they have as much time as possible. Creeps and start things off with Jun.
Clean. Surprised. And I think, as you said, you know, Baron is boldly means less and well, but there's a couple of barriers here as well as Razork over the wall. The horror is live.
Combo to
That's the end of the game. Well, at least we have the Death Brush moment. We'll always have the Death Brush. Where is it? I want to watch it again. There it is.
The Herald play just then pushed us up to a total of 3K in Fnatic's lead. past this laning phase. We didn't see
I love
much
this,
way
guys.
plates, but
I
now
absolutely
it's
love this
open.
play.
Look at a map state, Dagda, because for Fnatic,
They're gonna set up the death brush. Shh, guys. Shh. Nobody tell Fnatic we're going to death brush. We're not going to use Oracle's lens or the pink ward we have. Shh. Nobody knows we're here. Oh no, Perks! Put down the pink ward now. We had the pink ward the whole time. It's just too good. It's just too good. That's some all-time League of Legends comedy right there. That's some all-time League of Legends comedy, guys. All right, guys. I think that's where we're going to stop today. We have Summoning Insight tonight. Tomorrow night, we start more of LCK, although there's very few good LCK games on this week, especially compared to LPL. So we may do a little bit of LPL, some more LPL VOD reviewing tomorrow. You guys mentioned the EDG versus BLG series. Or EDG versus Top. I'll probably check out that one. Just because, you know, RNG versus Ultra Prime and LGD versus EDG may not be too interesting. May check out the JDG series tomorrow as well. That might be in the cards. And otherwise, I mean, that's going to be it for LEC for this week in LCS. And we're all caught up on LCK. So I guess we're having a big LPL day tomorrow, guys. Big LPL fiesta. And then we'll do Power Spike. So actually in 3 hours, Summoning Insight is going live. 3 hours. So you guys can catch up with me and Thorin there. Should be a good time. And thank you, Jerky's Minion and Shobes, for all of your many subs today. That was very generous. I'll catch you guys tomorrow.